Then again, I'm acting a bit too big for my briefs here, considering that we've only just barely managed to dig ourselves out of this spiraling amount of debt. It's looking okay though. We're only in July, and we're apparently making 40 million surplus this year, but it's not going to be enough. Inflation alone would kill that, let alone the fact that I need to expand my PAX network. There is a whole heap of Germany and Poland that still need to be gobbled up by the Hansa, and I really want to get going on it. It long bothers me that I have these tiny cities, because they're going to take quite a bit of time to level up to 5,000. 5,000 population, of course, being the goal of this campaign. So on a certain level, I feel a bit poor about focusing on industry so much right now, but if I were to focus on my PAX, which is not going to be profitable, I am not convinced any PAX is profitable at this stage in the game. Maybe there's an optimum way to set it up, but holy moly, these infrastructure costs. Anyway, PAX aside, I think I could go bankrupt doing that, and even if I didn't, there's still something else I will benefit from hauling my wood across Europe, and that will be, hopefully, setting up little distribution zones for goods. I have something resembling a cunning plan. The plan, of course, is to bring Orkney jobs back to Orkney people, and that's going to start with shelling out some dosh to found an industry. Hopefully this actually goes here. I don't think we checked last time, but I want Kirkwall to have their own sawmill. It's only going to cost 13 million, and that'll bring us back down to the under billion pauper zone, but there we go. Hopefully that does count as Kirkwall. Good, it would be terrible if it didn't. I didn't check this ahead of time, I'm glad I noticed it now. Kirkwall does accept wood as one of their cargo that will assist their growth. Now that they're past 1,000 population, they will hopefully like me for that. Good lord, they even have a bank. I wonder if Kirkwall to Lerwick would actually be profitable. We know that Calais to Bruges was not, but it was a very short distance. Then again, the ratings are going to be awful, unless, of course, I had a little armoured van bring it over to the docks, and then the docks periodically pick it up and bring it over. I'll need to consider these kinds of things, but that might even be a way of doing my valuables across Europe to bring the levels up. But then again, valuables and goods are both going to work for upping the population of places. Of course, if I play again and I have furs on, and I will be tempted to try furs at some point, which is a giant industry mod for the game, adds a lot of industry and complexity to it. Complexity, but not necessarily depth. I haven't looked into it. Then there'd be a lot more different sorts of things for them to demand, and I think it also necessitates a much larger logistical network, seeing as you have so many more different goods to move. I'm yapping on like crazy here. Let's actually get to work. I want to bring a lot of wood over to Kirkwall. We've got the Kirkwall sawmill operational now. It's going to have... I don't see any good reason to separate... to mix these two docks together, although I certainly could. Would be another level of Kirkwall docks here. Why would I, could I, should I think of doing that? It's actually probably a good bit of future-proofing to bring them together, just in case I end up bringing the goods over to somewhere that for some reason would want to send goods back, because Kirkwall's in a great place to ship things millions of miles away for juicy profits. So the question is how we bring all the wood over here. Have they never seen a tree in Orkney? Funny you should ask that, C-Space. Orkney is almost void of trees. Now, I've heard one story, and I believe something else. It's a very windy place. Very, very windy, so it does not beget growing trees particularly well. Although granted, trees grow in all sorts of places. And the other saying is that the Vikings came and chopped them all down. I don't know what to truly believe, but in the end, I went to Orkney and I barely saw any trees, so... doesn't really matter what I believe, won't change that reality. Now, there are a lot of forests that I'm going to want to bring over. Actually, I wouldn't mind bringing over all the forests, but that might be a bit over the top. We'll certainly go for ones that don't seem to be completely dying and see if we can bring them over. And there's little to do but to get to work on it. Now, oh, this is pretty good. We can actually access this wood. Not from here, not from here, but with the tiniest bit of, let's not say terraforming, but perhaps terra-reforming. We can say that, are these Aberdeen woods? Probably Aberdeen woods. They certainly are. I think we'll call these woods rather than forest. Hopefully I don't get that mixed up with docks or mines or anything like that. And then you'll be able to come on over here. I think we should just get it going on the double. Do we want big ships, small ships? For something like this, just wee little ships will do. 270 tons is already a year of wood out of this place, so a couple of you will probably have this done no problemo. Kirkwall's not very far for you to go, and anybody swinging by here, well, they'll probably want to make use of a waypoint anyway, so I'll slam this over here. Now, it won't all be moving over to... Actually, how many woods are around here? Do I have this set for wood? I do. There's actually not a lot of woods in Britain to be bringing over, funnily enough. None of this might not even be worth bringing over unless these forests are already really good. Europe is much better for having coastal woodlands to bring over, but my intention is to try and pool these woods together. When I get to Europe, we should have a good idea of what I mean by that. Get over there, make sure that is full load, clone the ships so there are 2 of them. I reckon 2 will be enough, but I don't completely trust it, so send out 3 of them. Inflation-ridden, hampered by maintenance. My art really does imitate life. I try to keep current events out of my streams as much as possible. If you see something in my streams or my videos and you think, hey, is Jake talking about or alluding to this real life thing, the chances are very much no. I do my utmost to remove myself from real life, so why would I want it here in my own little special place? This is Brighton Forest, so I'm even less inclined to involve it in our Hanseatic maneuvers. It's outside of the border zone, and it would kind of say, well, why don't you service Brighton? And the moment you start asking that questions, you're up to the eyeballs in the people of... How's that? Penzance? I've been to Land's End. I don't remember it being called Penzance. Recht. Any more of these trees worth my time? There's this one, and it does... Oh, well, that is Newcastle's forest. And it does have a whole lot of wood for me, so I am actually going to be setting up a wee system for it. Now, I reckon just 2 of these side by side using the wee crisscross and making their way over to here will be perfectly sufficient. Sucks to be this poor farm here, but this poor farm's going under. They're already taking their animals out back and culling them because they can't afford it. Fortunately though, I should have all the skills needed to very quickly and efficiently set up routes like this. Of course, every time I put another bit of track, it's another horrendously large amount of money that I'm going to have to spend. Because maintenance costs are unreal. Just unreal. But that's okay, we can live with it, I'm sure. And if we can't live with it, we're going to have to learn to. So just on shipping the wood, this is almost certainly not going to be profitable. But what it will be is assisting the goods, and the goods will be, well, I'm hoping omega profitable. So very simply, we just bring you out here, and we signal and give them a couple of places for maintenance, and we're all good and good as gold. Maintenance places should probably be close to where they come into here because they're not going to have much speed at that point anyway, or rather they'd be losing speed to get in anyway. So very simple, and these are just 7 length. I didn't put much thought into them, and nor will I suspect. Get yourself refitted with the Asia Star, and we'll slam you in with some wood. Wood trucks hold a lot of wood. Excellent. Makes sense because wood is actually very efficient to pack into these places. Just slam them on. It's kind of fun watching trains go by with massive amounts of wood on the back. Road vehicles do it the same, but how can I ever look at road vehicles carrying cargo the same way again? I'm not sure I could. Right, and it's very simple. You just, let's see, you're on that side, right? So go here and then go here. At Newcastle Heights, make sure that you full load. And at Newcastle Woods, make sure that you unload. And that's confusing because the names are kind of reversed. 3 of these will suffice. So this is actually Newcastle Woods. And this will be Newcastle. What did I use? I don't think I used transfer, did I? Ah, jeez, what do I use for these? Transfer is good for people. Anyone got a good name for a station that is used for the transfer of cargo rather than people? Because I like transfer for people. That's why we have the Norwegian transfer. But for goods, I need a different word. Exchange, Caledon. Fantastic. Always away with words. I promised Caledon. Well, promise. I told him I would do it. I don't see that as being a promise. Promise is when you say, I promise. But I did give him my word, and that's even stronger than a promise. Oh, I like junction even more. Oh, why am I typing Caledon? Christ, he's clearly on my mind. I like junction. But I said I liked exchange, and we'll go with that. I gave Caledon my word that I was going to play... Did I say play or stream? Because I surely meant stream. I was going to get around to Transport Fever 2 after I am done with my playthrough, or playthroughs, of OpenTTD. Now, no guarantee that I'm going to be on that game for long. I don't have a good initial impression on it, but it felt good to give my word on the matter. Right, that's coming out here. There should be great ratings for this Newcastle Forest, and I expect it to grow. But until then, we need to get these bits of wood up there. And this is where I'm going to want my woody ship here. 2 of them even. And it's a very, very simple run. Come out of the Newcastle Exchange, get over to the depot. Come up here. And up there. That's probably a bit inefficient, but I'm sure you'll survive. Up Daisy, over to the Kirkwall docks, and back again. Did I put you there? I think I did put you there. Boats can be real finicky with how they manage their pathing, so I'm a little bit paranoid in how much I give them there. I'm going to need to make a new setting. Well, not a new setting, but a new group. How do I group these guys again? I think they're all going to go under the cargo, and it'll be wood for Kirkwall. I think I'll make that now, lest I forget. And this is wood. I already have a wood to Talon set up. Why does wood go to Talon? Anyway, this is wood to Kirkwall. To Alzen Kirkwall. Very good. And those 3 unsorted trains that are grouped together by shared orders. In they go. Normally this undoes itself. In fact, all of these filters go down to their default setting when you restart the game, which is weird because this is a game that managed to remember so many settings between playthroughs. However, I didn't close the game between last session and now, so bully. Right, that's all I'm going to take out of the UK in terms of woods unless they magic up some more of them. Now I'm going to be scouring the rest of the place for more of it. Even if it's just 33 tons of wood, I think I'll take it. If it's in a good position, I'm going to want to exploit that. I'm going to have you come up and work your way up. Unless I want to collect these in a central point around here, but this is a bad place for a central point. I want my central point to be around here, so I'm probably just going to direct run any woods that I find in the Low Countries and northwestern Germany straight over to Kirkwall. The other ones, however, are going to be brought together. Now, how close can I get a dock and still be within range of these woods? Well, now. I can have you out here, but then the boat's got to go around, perhaps with a little cheeky bit of canaling. We can get our wood right there. Excellent. Ooh, that came out not quite the way I was wanting, but it'll work out in the end. And this is actually the Rotterdam Woods. If it's just industry, I don't bother with dock or central or plaza. We just name the stop for what we're gathering there. Which is going to make it very confusing if I have a... Well, actually, this is a good example. What if I wanted to bring coal and bring iron ore and take away wood and take away steel? What would I call it? I don't know. I'd probably call it the Rotterdam Industrial Park. But that's neither here nor there, is it? These boats have to get out of here one way or the other, and that's exactly what the lock is for. And once they're out of there, well, they got a place to go there on their long journey north, so that's okay. So, oh no, I don't want the oil to Den Haag. Very happy again with the groupings. Just if I wanted to know what the ship was doing, I don't have to go through this and go, oh, okay, it carries oil, and it goes, oh, geez, I just look at it and go, oh, it's one of my many oil boats that go over to Den Haag. And if I was super curious beyond that, I can go and check where it's going and all that, but that kind of information, unnecessary. Goodness, this is all sorts of relaxing. I don't know how... Actually, I do not know what people get out of watching this, truth be told. I say that about a lot of my streams, but I ask it a little less these days because I've actually found myself watching back some of my own streams and going, hey, this is pretty fun. Maybe I should follow, like, and subscribe this guy. No, I don't really think that, but I do watch them and enjoy them at reasonable times. Wow, how is there no waypoint here whatsoever? But for quite a while, my favourite stream of my own to rewatch was my Resident Evil 3 stream. Not the remake, but Nemesis. The knife-only run. Because it was a great combination of a game I enjoy. I don't want to toot my own horn, but the skill level was pretty high. And had its own hubris moments, which always adds to it. Generally, though, when it comes to streams, I only watch people in this community. I'm trying to think of any other streams I watch. There are the event streams, of course. European Speedrun Assembly, RTA Japan, Games Done Quick, although, my god, the growing list of grievances I have with that. But otherwise, I just stick to watching people here. Which is why I'm really glad the Discord server has the self-promotion channel set up. Wasn't even my idea, someone suggested it, and now it means if I want to go and watch something, I can just go over there and all is well. Am I going off course from Rotterdam Woods here? More than a little, I think. Let's get ourselves over here. And then back to Rotterdam Woods you go, hopefully without error. When you're in Rotterdam Woods, make sure you full load, and we'll clone that ship. Will 2 be enough? Yeah, because this Rotterdam Woods is dying. But hopefully someday it won't be completely dead. Activate, and then let's find ourselves some more woods. You are a little too inland, even though you are Brussels Forest, and you have some really good stats. Well, really good. 70 is rather nice. I'm not sure if it's nice enough to justify wheeking you over to the border, though. Eyes peeled for some good forests. Oh! Groningen Forest is actually quite capable because I've been seeing to it for a long time. And where do you go, anyway? You take it to Almere. Now, I am loath to take that wood away from Almere because Almere's growth is helped by the fact that they get that wood. This troubles me somewhat. But they want this every month. Getting a regular amount of wood coming in to satisfy them could prove tricky if I'm also suckling it away to Kirkwall. But unfortunately, I think these ships are going to have to side away. Let's see how many of them. Oh, they're tiny, tiny ships as well. Only 100 freighters. They don't even turn profit. Right, you guys gotta go. Just get yourselves off to a depot and I will delete you later on. These Groningen forests are now property of Kirkwall Inc. But it's nice that the dock is already set up, just means I need to have some decent waypoints for them. Come out here, and out here. And man, these guys got ways to go, don't they? It's no big deal me littering the sea with these, except it makes for an ever more complex setup of waypoints if for whatever reason I want to uproot what I have. I'm forgetting to do my control clicking on these. You have a very soothing voice. You help me and my wife relax after work. Did you have to add the wife into it? Voice, I have heard that at times. I've had it described as, oh, I like your lilt in your voice. Which is, I suppose, flattering. with a mild dose of discomfort, but you enjoy what you want. I mean, plenty of people whose voices I enjoy. Then again, I also kind of enjoy people's in-pained voices. Maybe that's a very different thing, though. I once told somebody that I really liked how... well, I definitely didn't phrase it well, did I? I told him I liked how pathetic his voice sounded. And he was not happy with that. He was American as well, so Americans love to talk. If they heard that their voice sounds pathetic, then yeah, he's probably not going to be happy. But he should have tried to consider my feelings there. What I meant was I enjoy it the same way that, you know, we all like Nikki, for example. Everyone loves hearing Nikki's cries of pain. I should not have added that latest one. Delete, delete. We're going here instead, and then go back you go to Run again. Man, these are getting tough to set up. And these are the ones that are close, relatively speaking, to Kirkwall. Talk about asserting dominance. Not what I was getting at all. Ooh, I spy with my little eye. Wow. 260 tons of wood that I want on my border. How are we gonna deal with you, I wonder? I could wheek them over to Emden. Actually, I could wheek you together over here and connect you up to a little dock here. That would make a lot of sense to me. The boats have this amazing way of not being able to pathfind very well unless you give them very explicit areas around a dock to manage. And so there we go. So I think if I wheek you up here and connect this up to a nice wee railway, we can have it all coming out on Emden docks. How's that gonna work for us, though? I could just have 2 and 2 and 2, and then they just... Well, actually, not even 2 and 2 and 2. I just need 2 and 2. 2 to here, 2 to here. No need to overshare or crisscross. But I don't want to do that because I want to share the line, because the oppressive costs are really, really getting on me, aren't they? I still think it should be 4 wide. And that still supplies the wood. Connects with Emden Docks, which is not Emden Docks, it's Endham Woods. Endham Woods Exchange even, because it works both things. Now, how are we going to link these together? Do we want them merged? Yeah, I need to minimize my overabundance of... but then there's going to be a whole lot of track coming out here. To make a good exchange, it's only going to be more in pain than not. It doesn't need to be overly efficient, it just does need to be able to serve quite a few at once. So I might just make an incredibly lazy exchange here. And that would mean just something like that. That way anyone can get anywhere. You come in here and you can go to all that. You come in out here, you can go to all these. You come in here, you can go anywhere. And as you emerge, you can go anywhere. Yeah, that's super lazy, but also might just be super. Is that really what I want, though? I'm not sure. Well, Lilozzies. I tend to have a bit of an antiquated way of talking in what I say, but I don't mind that. Well, I'm kind of happy with it. Right, how am I meant to link this up here? Do I want them to share a line or not? I think I do, but it's a bit lazy, isn't it? Man, I haven't even done a proper exchange, have I? And I need it to be able to go both ways. Alright, we're doubling up then. So, I'm going to have you here grabbing that wood. I'm going to have you here also grabbing the wood, and I want you to be in line. There, that grabs the wood. The fun thing is you don't need to go into each other at all. Sugard, we don't really use bots around here. But if you want to know what map it is the Europe 1.0 made by My Fine Shrine. how am I going to merge you together into one line that comes up here? I don't, as I said, I don't really do exchanges like this, so I need you to come down, and I need you to come down and connect up with there. I mean, that's fine so far, but I also need you to connect over to here. But the obvious problem is that you split off like that, so I think my best option is to... What could I do? I could split and then have a... I don't like that at all. No siree, I do not. Maybe I'm overthinking this, which is often the case. How about you come in and join up like so, and then you can do much the same. Yeah, because you're going to come up and go up there, you're going to go up and go along here, and then you can come over to here, but I hate having these things cross. If we've made all these things, but my lack of experience in actually doing junctions, because I haven't actually had shared lines at all so far this playthrough, it's coming to bite me in the rear end. Sharp corners, which really suck, but now you can go both ways. Do-do-do. As long as everything can turn left and right. Well, not even. You only need to go up here and then come back around. Took me a bit to figure out shared lines. Yeah, this is ugly for many reasons. The sharp corners. The sharp corners. Okay, never mind that. Tell you what I will do, however, is in situations like these, should make sure that the tram lines and the road lines are the ones that have to bridge and go under tunnels, because that is so much cheaper than having my absurdly expensive train lines have to do that instead. So, hey, couldn't I have you just come in like so? I don't think there'd be any 90-degree turns with that. Also, the more time you spend going at this angle, the cheaper everything becomes for me. And when I say absurdly expensive lines, I wish I'd done a before and after shot here, but the infrastructure costs that we are facing are, my god, it's coming up to 300 million now. That's terrifying. It's good to see the electrified railways slowly catching up with monorail though, and it's good to also remind ourselves that monorail is about 1/3 of electric railways cost on top of it. Monorail is fast, but I'm not sure I can justify that speed for things that don't really need to go that fast. And as I said, we shall have you bridge over here. It needs to bridge over just a little bit further. And trams are not very quick, so a regular old suspension will do it. Now, if I'm completely wrong, and for whatever reason I go, ooh, yeah, this, using this other kind of line would actually be better, then... actually, I may have made a boo-boo. I would need you to extend up to there as well. There we go. It's not brilliant, but you can enter any of these stations. And every station can leave and go onto here, but it might go on a bit better if I extend them out like so. Do I even need you coming around like that? They all come in the same way and they can go bang, bang, bang. And then they just come out much the same way. You know, I've already thought of a much more efficient way to do this. Is it worth it? Is it going to be very important to get the trains in and out of here real fast? These things would have to be churning out hundreds for me to care about making this more efficient. I just care that it works. There we go. Came crawling back to two-length signal placements. I know they're expensive. I bet everything's expensive. Inflation in the year 2072 is no joke. Okay, there we go. I can't see a single fault with this except for my lack of maintenance on this line. Again, do I really care if the maintenance is on the line or not? I think we can be lazy. I don't see this as being a particularly high voltage line. Do any of the airports bring? No, I make a big loss on my planes here. A real big loss. I mean, sure, 40 million sounds great, but the sheer cost of airports is enormous. Look at this stuff. My airports, I only have 6 of them. Each of them cost me 10 million. Granted, one of them is Berlin, which I don't use and have not been using. So I got the hiccups from dinner here. I don't use Berlin here at all. I could just destroy Berlin's Eternal Airport and build it later. How much does it cost to build an airport? Is it cheap enough to make me think I should just delete it for now? It costs $1 million to build, but it costs $1 million every month to sustain. I should probably just get rid of it. But I like Berlin's Eternal Airport, it's so thematically fitting. I think it'd just go away. There we go. Anyway, I need to actually have my whatchamacallums here to work. Even if I put them on the wrong route. Well, there's no need to put them on the wrong route, is there? I can have... I can put them on here and then they'll split out quite nicely. And reckon each of them could do with three vehicles. So. No, don't show the hidden. We don't want to see the hidden ones for wood. Then again, the diesel ones can be refitted to have a staggering 4 tons of wood on them, and they're not that much slower. But the Asia Star is fast enough to get the maximum bonus in terms of what's it called? It's not relation, it's rating. Maximum rating bonus for a fast locomotive. So you've got a very simple run to do. It's just go from Osnabrück to here and make sure that Osnabrück is full loading. And how many of those did I say we wanted? 3, very nice. And then I just clone this train without doing it as a complete control clone. I delete you, and instead I say go here and full load. Oldenburg Woods and Osnabrück Woods, all part of the Hansa, all coming in, and you're getting cloned even more. Activated, and you'll also be part of the wood stuff. Maybe I should start adding those now rather than later. Yeah, because it's all the wood for Kirkwall. In you go. An expensive airport in Berlin that does nothing. What could be more fitting than that? Yeah, there was an argument for me to just use it instead, but I couldn't think of a good use for it. In the end, everyone that could use Berlin could just go to Lübeck. It's just one station right away to get to Berlin. Then again, aren't you absolutely chock-a-block with people wanting to go to Berlin? Yeah, I wouldn't call that chock-a-block. I should have a quick look and see how the density is for people that want to move. We want to see passengers and mail. Well, since our attention is on Lerwick, we should deal with Lerwick there, and we should take note that still loads and loads of passengers want to escape the UK and begin their new life in Estonia. So, I removed quite a few planes from that because they were clogging up Estonia's airport, but it seems alright-ish now. Are you? Yeah, no, you're Lübeck to Tallinn. You're a UK to Tallinn, and the first job is to go to escape the UK, so if I just grab one of you and clone them here, it should be fine. I forget, was it going to, was it here or elsewhere? Tallinn Airport and escape the UK. Yep, in that case, let's have a few more of them. I mean, they each make me $1 million, so really, if I had 10 more of these, I might be able to balance my books a bit. I just don't think I can fit 10 more of these. I can try. I'll slam 9 more in and see if they help me balance my aviation-related books. I just... That's the saying, right? Airports just print money, but they do quite the opposite for me. Maybe I'm just not using them correctly, but I think I am using them correctly. By getting passengers as far as they could possibly want, I am cutting out all the travel for UK passengers that want to go to Estonia or thereabouts. I'm cutting out their transfer down to Dover, their boat journey. Using all of this, that lightens the load on a lot of my other logistics just by flinging them over. It's just a shame that it costs money. Maybe if people had maintenance on by default, it wouldn't be called the cash printers like that. But maybe I'm just using them very wrongly. Speaking of very wrongly, Kirkwall has 1,000 passengers that want to go to Inverness Central. Inverness have, holy moly, 2,000 bags of mail waiting to go up to Kirkwall. And many of them want to further go to the plaza. That's alright, this is a problem that will solve itself if and only if I add those boats in. There's our dock. On reflection, I should have put the dock over here. Is there still time to move the dock a little closer? I think we can. There we go, here's your Inverness Central. I'm still also using these old Kirkwall Pax boaty things, which I'm not the biggest fan of. They're really slow. I need to move away from using them. They do look good though, and that's a pretty good reason to use them, but it might not be a good enough one. You do the mail, and you do the passengers. So what I can do is I can go for the passenger one, buy you, and then give you the order of... oh Christ, which one was which? Oh well, they're both the same now, aren't they? So I can clone you 3 times and maybe another 2 times, and then these guys get refitted for mail. And then I tell them off they go, and I hope that Inverness is their first stop because I built them next to Inverness. No, it's not, it's Kirkwall. Well, then it'll take a bit of extra time to deal with that. Same story can be said for Lerwick. We saw that they're a little overburdened. Only a little. I reckon one itty bitty more boat could take care of that. Look, these ones aren't even completely full. Although those are both passenger ones. Where are the mail ones? That seems a bit extreme in their desires here. Regardless though, I'll clone one of you, and off you go. That should take care of our issues nicely. Just noticing it because it was extra orange looking. To be fair, UK going to Lübeck is also a bit strained. And what is this? That is Hamburg, isn't it? Didn't think Hamburg would be so strained. Thousands of bags of mail wanting to go to Lübeck. No, it's the mail that really wants to go to Bremen for some reason. Maybe it's because I really improved Bremen's link-ups with these other places. Now people actually want to go there. Could I just put more trains on this line? Hopefully it's not too saturated. What's your order anyway? You start by going to Almere, and then you go to Hamburg. So why not? We'll just have a cheeky few more of you. Shouldn't forget, making all these vehicles is getting very expensive. Millions even. I want to regularly be above the 2 billion mark again, and I'm struggling to even look at one. 300,000 running costs? Yeah, the costs in this game. Well, the costs after playing the game for 100 years. If I'd focused more on industry early on, this would be a different story, because all the industries I would have been servicing for a century, and they would be, well, they'd all be my own Lerwicks here. Man, why can't more people be like Lerwick? Here's a megaliter of oil every 2 months. Not too shabby. That's okay though. We create problems and we fix them. Anyway, I've gotten off track. I was meant to be working on my wood, and I was. The wood is set to go up here. These guys are going to launch out, but that's not good enough. I need to actually have the Emden Woods boat people come out and deal with the situation. So I'm going to set you up here. I'm going to set up that new ship for wood. Why did I even get distracted in the first place? I was working on this and then what happened? Just drifted over there. Maybe somebody mentioned something in chat that made me go off on some horrific tangent. It matters not though, we have what we need, and up we go. And just make sure that's full load. One thing that bothers me is that it's not going to be immediately obvious to me if any of my ships are not put onto full load. And I didn't differentiate my groups enough to be able to tell immediately what it is, but I could go in and look. Maybe after a wee while I can take a glance of curiosity to see what's happening. Oh, the phone there. There we go, and there we go. So, ship... No, right, Christ, still getting it wrong. You first. Then you. Then you. And then we're still heading up to Lerwick here. This is going to need more boats most likely because I'm gathering more wood from different places. That's good though. Again, I'm not actually intending on making my big money off the wood here. The big money should, hopefully, come from the goods that then come out of Kirkwall. Man can dream. Not even sure if I'm reversing the order correctly here, but as long as we get back to wherever it was we came from, we should be alright. Just following the vague pattern of these I've set up. If I were really thinking with my noggin, I would have set up some particularly rigorous grid of these on the North Sea, so I'd have an easy to follow pattern that brings me around all this, but I did not. That gets me back down to Emden. How many of these are we going to need? I am going to casually slam in 4 of them, and then I'm going to say that's not enough, I'll make 5. And then I'll be tempted to put a 6th one down, and I will, because odd numbers don't seem right for this game. Hang on. Groningen Forest is right there. You're right there. Why don't I... Nah, forget it. Not even worth my time. One of the thoughts was I could just move it over to Groningen and deposit it there. It's far less going back and forth here. But only in terms of plotting the route. In terms of actually moving the goods, it's the same amount of work. Alright, we're getting to the point where I actually just want to have them collected together here. So, ooh, I like Hamburg Forest. I don't know if the feeling is mutual, but it also doesn't matter. Hamburg Forest, I will grab you from here. Just need a little bit of canal love, a little bit of elevated love, and there we go. It's not Hamburg Docks, that's Hamburg Woods. I hit a button, don't know which one, and it opened up the Found New Industry. I can't believe there's a hotkey for Fund New Industry. What button would I have accidentally hit? Plus, minus... maybe one of the F buttons? Not really. F buttons are scary. I'll tell you what, I'll save. F buttons got a lot scarier when I... No, not that, save. F buttons got a lot scarier because I was playing Dynasty Warriors on a PS2 emulator. And then I hit one of the F keys and it ended up being some kind of load state and I lost the run I was on. It was kind of poetic because I was playing Guandu, which is the only map I feel like I ever play. And then it opened up another save of another run of Guandu I think I did years ago. So what was it? F12. F12 to fund you. What do the other F buttons do? Company, profit, our cool face. I think it's just working our way through the tools at the top of the screen. Nice. I had that happen to like 30 hours of Rune Factory once. Oocha bugger, that's painful. Which Rune Factory, dare I ask? Hopefully not 5. Man, 5 is Disappointment City. Right, we're going to make ourselves a little artificial area right about here. Nothing too fancy. That's plenty. And you are going to be a dock. And you are going to be... Well, I'm going to have a few of these. Do we have a naming convention for an at-sea... I could just call it the wood platform. Isn't there a name for this stretch of water right here? If this is a sound, isn't this called something else? I would love it if somebody knows, but it's the whatever... crikey, what did I even call it? Yeah, 5 is a very unfortunate Rune Factory game. The straight... It is a straight, but I'm pretty sure it's a straight with a name. Was I going to call the exchange? Well, we like the exchange. Skagerrak, thank you. Skagerrak Wood Exchange. Very descriptive. It's a shame how little it looks like we'd actually have here. Maybe I'll build this so it kind of looks like something might operate here. I don't like that last part coming out there though. I think I made this look worse than anything else. Alright, well, too bad, away you go. Skagerrak Wood Exchange. All the wood from this region is going to go over there. I'm going to make sure that there's some kind of waypoints to be had to get up there. Oh, there's already you there. That should be fine. Right, so the Hamburg Woods should only need 2 of these. There's a grand master plan for using these docks, don't you worry, girly. Over you go, and back you go. Hopefully ships don't get lost along the way, and yeah, I know I didn't set it to full load. I will now. Full load, clone, activate. Any more for any more when it comes to woods. Hanover Forest is tiny. Some of this is outside the Hansa border as well. You, however, are not. You're only 35 tons of wood, though. Why you gotta do that to me? Leipzig is outside of Hanseatic borders, but their forest is quite rich. Could I thematically steal Leipzig? No, that would be unbecoming of me. Heavens knows I'd never steal. Got some dubious morals to be sure, but I wouldn't steal. Right, I'm going to try that setup that I mentioned earlier and see if it's going to work to my benefit. I'm going to have you here so everything can get around. Oh god, it's further up to Hamburg than I thought. Right, let's see how this goes for us. It's going to be slow, that much is a given. Using big ships for this seems like a bad idea. Also, your speed on canals and rivers is vastly reduced. Your speed on canals and rivers is not. Didn't know that. I'm going to consider this for any future things I have to put down the waterways. Wow, this is more like Patrician 4 than I thought. Full stock up on Magdeburg, then go here, and then, actually, go to Hamburg Woods. In Hamburg Woods, I want you to unload everything. And that way, the other ship is going to deal with your problems. How many of these are we going to need? I reckon 4 is already more than necessary. Might even be 2 more than necessary. I don't know how long it's going to take that, but better to have more than too few, right? Even though we're worried about our budget situations. Wow, this forest isn't lackluster. I might actually want one more of you. I know it said odd numbers suck, but there you go. Right. Oh, my Wittenberg forest has... Get me all hot under the collar thinking about that amount of wood. I might just shoot it off down here and swiftly come back. A single route could take care of this. And then it's just a bit more than I throw over to Hamburg. Yeah, there's absolutely no good reason to overthink this one. I don't even need 2 tracks of them. Kind of get in the way of integrating poor Wittenberg into the Hansa, but they should have thought about this before they established this chunky forest. I will, however, want you to just transfer rather than feed to that. So grab that wood and just bring it straight down to here. Yes, electric rail. Yes, nothing. No fancy crap at all here. This is at least length 7, isn't it? Get you in here, get the wood in here. And then your only job is real simple. It's just take the wood from here, move it over to here, make sure that you have it fully loaded, and here, this is the important part, transfer. That's going to leave it right here and not put it into this woodcutter, and I do not want it to go to the woodcutter. You have that there so you can stop for service whenever needed, and I don't need to copy you. What I do need to do is have a dock here. Easily sorted though. And this is the Wittenberg. What even is it? You know, I bet I could even stretch you out there if I was feeling so inclined. But yeah, we've already built it, so why not? Wittenberg. I guess it's their dock. It might eventually be folded into Wittenberg proper, just for catchment if nothing else. As for you, this is the Wittenberg Woods. Given your options on your opinion on Refractory 5, do you reckon they should go back to what they do best? Overhead cam? Do you think they can get... I don't think they would ever go back to it, because doing so would be like an admission that everything didn't work out, and people aren't very good at that these days. Also, I don't know if it didn't work out. Maybe it actually ended up being a very successful game. I don't know. I don't know its sales numbers. I don't know the critical reception that it got, or even really the fan reception. I mean, I didn't like it, but I'm not all their players. I'm a big fan of Rune Factory in general. Been playing it since the very first one. Unload all there. That should be fine, and I'll actually have 4 of you, because this one cranks out the wood big time. I might even have 6 of you, because if it gets even more popular, there might be a lot of wood wanting to flow out here. It's not like Magdeburg, which starts out crummy as all. Right, Kiel doesn't have a lot of wood. I'm taking it all though. Lots of wood or not lots of wood, I'm having it. Can the wood be stored when you have a sawmill there? Yes. Unloads it to the dock, and very specifically doesn't transfer for the dock. Unload specifically, put it into the sawmill. If they can, that is. Right, another forest here with my name on it. And we're so close. Nothing a little bit of terra reforming couldn't solve. Are they actually going to be able to access this with it barely having connection to the water? Huh. Wonder if that's going to work. Well, wonder later. We'll get it done now. New ship. Big ship. It goes from Flensburg out to here, and then up the daisy to the Skagerrak Wood Exchange, and then back we go. This place is full load, Skagerrak is unload all. I have a funny feeling I didn't tell the Hamburg one to unload all here, did I? Go to Skagerrak, yeah I didn't. Unload and leave empty, that's very important, or else they're going to come back with all their wood again. Why not train directly to one of the ports? I want to significantly reduce the amount of lengthy rail lines I have if I can avoid it. These rail lines cost me an arm and a leg in maintenance, so I'm trying to rely on boats for quite a bit more than I have been. And I've been using boats a lot. Maintenance costs are incredibly huge for me. That said, unless I want a canal over to Echberg Forest, I'm gonna have to do something here. It's kind of pinned in as well. Well, you know what I haven't used? Aqueducts. I am going to try this then. Just because I haven't done it before, why not start now? Can I aqueduct across to here? Do I need you both to be up? What a world we live in. The signal's poking out of it. That's not enough though, it's going to need a lock to come down, won't it? There we go. Well, this is ridiculous in a lot of ways. Still cheap though. And then over you come to here. And we'll need another lock right here. And over you come. This is daft. Oh well, doesn't matter if it's daft or not, it's what we're doing. Hopefully the ships don't get lost here. There's a reasonable chance that they will actually. I can't put a maintenance thing over here, but I can put one here, I assume. Just in case they start moaning at me, let's give them a bit of space here to make use of. It might be a dock, but it's a wood. It's beautiful, Jake. Why, thank you, Darthair. Unless you're talking about it's beautiful, Jake, in which case, oh my. There we go with the woods, with Echberg. And it's got a very short one up to Skagerrak Wood Exchange, and quite a bit of it is along this canal, so I'm actually going to give them little baby boats, because they're going to travel considerably faster along here. Is that going to matter in the grand scheme of things? Probably not. Regardless though, control click, get everything, go there, then here, and then up to the wood exchange and back to Daisy, and at the wood exchange unload all. And how many are we going to have? How much wood was in here? 70, huh? It's a reasonable amount. I think 4 will be plenty, but I'll build 6 just in case it exceeds expectations. I've mentioned it before, but the rate of the growth is random. You grab this wood actually, that's very convenient for me. So I can already just have you come out, sail along to here, and get to the Skagerrak Wood Exchange. I can't believe these depots are so cheap to make. Put you there, anyone can sail through it. I don't think they even have to use it, they just sail right through it. And this isn't river water, is it? It's just water. So we can go full speed through it. Even despite that, it's not a very good wood. So I still think the baby boats will be fine here. So baby boats go over to the mines to full load, which is going to be confusing, but oh well. And then you go over here and you unload all. And then you come back. If I miss unload all on the Skagerrak Wood Exchange, please do yell at me. It's a very important thing that I should not be missing. Why do I feel like I'm in it? No, I'm pretty sure I got it on you. Yep, there we go. Unload and leave empty. More forests. There must be more. Eyes peeled for forests. I know there's this one. I used to service this forest a lot early in the game, because I brought goods, or I brought wood down to here somewhere to make goods and whatnot. Didn't really know what I was doing, it just seemed like a clever idea. But now I'm back with a vengeance. The other woods is dead, but this wood's still alive. Unfortunately, they're out of range here, so either I bring the ship up. Oh, what's this either nonsense? Of course I'll bring the ship up. Locking down might be difficult though. Now this is terraforming. Exactly am I meant to lock this anyway? Land sloped in wrong direction. I think you need to be a little flatter. Maybe someday I'll look into how locks work, so I can get a bit of context for the monstrosity of a thing I'm creating here. I think that's down to sea level now, isn't it? So it can just pour right out. This might not work actually, thinking about it. It might not like going directly into the dock like that. I'm unsure. That's why I haven't tried, have I? Well, we'll find out. We will find out. I'll give it a bit of time to have this come in. Berlin's Eternal Airport is no longer into valuables. Gutting. You can come almost straight out to the Skagerrak Wood Exchange. I reckon that's going to be fine for a waypoint. It's not that far at all. And this is a short enough distance. How big is that? Oh, the woods is tiny, so baby boats will do here. Baby boat to Skian Wood, to here, and back again at Skian Wood, full load at Skagerrak, unload all. 2 of you is going to be plenty for this short journey, but we'll have 4 just in case it rockets up in the amount that it creates. Is OpenTTD any good for Jake, or is it just another stream drag? I don't mean by stream drag, but I enjoy this game immensely. Then again, just about the only games I stream are games I enjoy. Right, that's grabbed pretty much all the wood that I'd want to move over to the Skagerrak Wood Exchange. Question is, do I want to have a second place around here for this wood? Well, that depends on... Oh god, now I've got a lot of these signs popping up here. Maybe... Well, at some point I imagine I'm going to press the X key to hide them all just because there are so many. Wittenberg Woods comes up here, which is fine. Ooh, that's a decent amount of wood coming in from the Boras Forest. And there's already a lot here, so I could nip that wood right over to the Skagerrak Wood Exchange. And then, depending on where the wood is here, I could make another little place around here for the rest of the stuff, because I'll certainly want to grab the Kiel Forest, as tiny as it is, the Copenhagen Forest, the Ystad Forest. I shouldn't turn my nose up at any forest. They can all grow very nicely for me. So in you go, and this is the Boras Forest. I mean, I could have just railed it over to here, which would have improved the ratings on this. Actually, would have been very good, given it's 128 tons of wood. But we've already got it set up like so, so in it goes. Hopefully it doesn't have too much difficulty pathing its way over to this. Also, hopefully you work like that. Surely you will, they can go down and under that. And then if I just pop you out and over to the Skagerrak Wood Exchange, we're all good. Pretty big one, even though we're going along river a fair bit. I think I might still use one of the big ships, or 2 of them rather. It's very simple. You go full load up at Boras, come out here, make your way along and over to Skagerrak. At Skagerrak you unload all, and then you come back from Skagerrak. A 1, a 2, and out you go. Hopefully that's not too far for you to do. There we go. Activate. I encountered a problem while doing this myself. Industries are popping up and closing way too quickly. Any way to fix this? Like every week one pops up somewhere. The entire south of Italy. Yeah, that just happens. The scenario starts at the date in which oil fields start appearing, and the old oil wells will degrade and go away. So that's natural. What you can do is go to your settings, go to news, and I forget which one it is. Here we go. Opening and closing of industries. You could turn it off with full so it doesn't keep popping up from the bottom very annoyingly. Just have it summary, and then it'll print like a little ticker at the bottom of the screen, and then you can ignore it like I do. But otherwise what you're describing sounds like very normal TTD happenstance. Right, I got forests to absorb, and they're going to be absorbed into here, so I will make another little island here. This isn't quite the sound though, is it? Why am I even making an island? There's plenty of land to be used. I could use you as the sound wood exchange. How do we spell sound anyway? Not sound like English sound. There's some kind of way of spelling it, and I'm assuming the Danish came up with a name for it. I could even use this as the place for it. It's quite close. I can just dump it all here. Yeah, I don't see why not. Here we go. The Sund, thank you. So we'll call this the Sund Wood Exchange. And then all the wood gets collected there before it gets shipped up to the Skarkrand Wood Exchange. A little bothersome on its location, actually. It might be better over here. Ifs and buts, candy and nuts. The time that it takes isn't actually very important for moving this stuff around. It's all going to bottom out in terms of cargo payment rate anyway, because none of this stuff is getting to its destination in under 200 days. I just hope that the cargo payment rate doesn't actually secretly drop even further than it shows there. So that's the Sund Wood Exchange, which is going to have its own setup, so I don't need to bother moving that wood. But I do need to bother moving the other wood over to the Sund Wood Exchange. Poured myself a rare drink tonight as well. I grabbed some Baileys because I saw they were doing Baileys with salted caramel, and it's pretty good. Right. Just you here should be fine, but I'll put you out a little further. And you're going to be... Oh, it knows it's the Keel Woods. Very good. And it's very close to the wood exchange, so I can just make a tiny little baby one here. It goes from here to there, and it doesn't need any waypoints, and if it needs to get repaired, then, well, it's got that to take care of itself. Full load there, unload there, and I cannot imagine you needing more than 2 for such a pitiful journey from an even more pitiful set of woods. It never clicked to me that sound was just anglifying Sund. I didn't figure that either. Kiel's got a lovely little oil field that I'm not using. I feel a little bad for not using these oil fields because it's good money. I like oil money, but there comes a point when you're like, okay, I think I'm sucking enough oil fields dry. In fact, we can look at the map for this. Map of the world, cargo flow, disable everything but show me oil. It's also a nice way to quickly see if any of these oil fields are actually not being dealt with accordingly. If they're overloaded, then they're going to show up in yellow or red, and I can deal with that. And I have a similar thing going on with my iron ore, as we absorb the iron ore over to the one big foundry and exchange it. And very soon, we're going to have the same dealt with for wood, but they're not active yet. Fix that order. It's not unload, but transfer. Oh god, how many others did I unload and not transfer? Probably all of them now that I think about it. Yeah. Wait, doesn't unload do that anyway? Now I'm not sure, and now I'm a little worried about all my other woody ones. But that's okay, I can go through them and check them all once we're done. Because God knows how many I've made and mucked up by now. Right. I better make sure I go through them or else it's going to be bad news for me. Yeah, for example, this wood exchange one, you're not the only one that's had that. I could go through it now, and then I just make sure we don't mess it up in the future. Group by shared orders. Why are you not shared orders? Why do we have 3 here that do Flensburg? How in the world do you... here we go. See, it's unload when it should be transfer. Well spotted. A little dubious as to why Flensburg only has 1 though. Perhaps I didn't clone you. Always need at least 2 on these. Yeah, that's probably just what I missed out on. Alright, and then there are you guys. Transfer and leave empty. You guys. Transfer and leave empty. These guys. Transfer and leave empty. Keep that pinned, dismiss everything else. These 4. Transfer and leave empty. And these 6. Transfer and leave empty. There we go. That's what happens when you go into autopilot mode here. You make these wee mistakes. And God knows how long it is until you actually notice and correct them. Alright, took care of Wittenberg Woods, we've got Kiel Woods, Sund Woods. There are woods in Ystad and woods in Stralsund. Oh god, this is Stralsund Woods when it should be Stralsund Mines. Unthinkable. Let's change that out. Sorry to make you extra work, says Gilligan's. Actually, that removed work, so thank you. How are we below $1 billion again? And did we make another iron mine? No, but I've been making a lot of ships and boat-related things. Don't worry, they will make us money. They better make us money. Things are getting a bit hairy when it comes to the budget. Right, Stralsund ain't bad. But I could just Stralsund it up to the Stralsund mines and all would be well. Could do a very short route up to it. Yeah, because then you can just grab from the Stralsund mines and throw it over to the exchange. That's no big deal. I have a dream that these Stralsund woods are going to be worth decent dosh in due time. So I'll just have you over there, and I shall have you here as part of the Stralsund mines. And we're not going to overthink anything here. In fact, we're not even really going to be thinking. We're just going to do. It's good, I try to think as little as possible. There we go. They don't even need signals because there's no way they can make any mistakes on a line like this. Touch wood. Just give ourselves a Asia Star Electric with plenty of capacity for wood. Now this is overkill for sure, but we'll do it anyway. I don't want to. Well, actually, let's just clone it anyway because they share the orders already. No, let's not clone that because it needs to be cloned in the other place. There we go. And your order is simple. I wish for you to go to Stralsund South, full load, and then go to Stralsund Mines, and then, well, I guess you'll be transferring, but unload all still works because I'm going to have boats there that want to take it. Whatever, have it on, oops, have it on transfer. Convert all lines to universal rail. All kinds of train can move on it. Easier to upgrade what you want, cheaper to maintain. That sounds like cheating. Universal rail is something added by a mod, and the only reason I have it is to simplify the transition of one type of rail to another. Because I tried to do it and then found out that going from, say, electric rail to maglev had a lot of issues with it. And then when I put in universal rail, it stopped having issues. I'm not going to go crawling to it. In fact, there should be 0 units of universal rail on my track right now. There are 0, and hopefully there always will be. 0, that is. Made me lose my train of thought though. What was I? Train of thought. You guys have your orders right. Full load. You should probably start by doing Stralsund South, and this should definitely be Stralsund Woods. Still need a boat over there that takes things over to the Sund Wood Exchange though. Easily done. It's such a short distance, and it's not that much woods there, so yeah, just get these tiny little baby ones. Oh, now see, I clicked on that boat instead of this dock, so I actually grabbed all of this. Fortunately, it wasn't shared orders, so I can just delete it all and instead make sure I click on the dock instead. So go to Stralsund Mines, full load, and here I want you to transfer everything and leave empty. You shouldn't really need a waypoint for such a short journey, and you'll get fixed up as you need, and we will have 4 of you, which is already more than you need, but there you go. This wood taunts me. Could I get to it? Yes, I could. Or will I get to it? Like so. Can I do a lock here? No. There you go. Oh, can I actually raise this land here? tell me the things I can and cannot do. There we go. The Eastad Woods with artificial dock and artificial canal and very artificial lock. And again, it's going to go over to the Sund Wood Exchange. Easy peasy. It's a very, very moderate amount of wood to be had there. Even so, I think we've been using these wee baby ones a bit too much. Let's get an actual ship. A ship for people who eat their Weetabix in the morning. There we go. Make sure that you are full loading here and transferring here. Things, it's been about an hour and all we've done is set up these wood things. I'm not even sure we've unpaused today. That's okay though, we're almost done. Probably just one more of these little waypoint things, then we set up the ships to get them back home and we're good as gold. The question is how much wood is around here for us. This is what we have a cargo map for. Tell me about the forests in the area, please. There's one or two by Danzig. 3 in Helsinki that I see right in the Helsinki. 3 in Finland that I see right by the coast. Nice. I reckon we could bunch them up over in Visby. It's not that far to go over to Visby, and then we can have the exchange over. Yeah, why not? Remember, the goods on the way back will be making their way over to Narva, because it's the furthest away place that I can throw goods to make fat stacks of dosh. Yes, this is the Europe map, Chiso Parmesano. And we can have you here, and you'll be the Visby Wood Exchange. It's an exchange because down the line I expect it to exchange goods for me as well. Hello? Ventuswill's tiny little forest here. Oh my, the Xiao Lai forest is even better. And there's a Ventuswill Central here. If I could just throw another little bit here that connects up on, that would be pretty sweet for you two, wouldn't it? Is such a thing even possible? See if we can't add a cheeky little one and done here. Yes! So you're going to share the enormous catchment, and that means the wood can be brought over here and then fired over to Visby at breakneck speed. One can hope, at least. Now, I think we'll just have a super simple setup for you. As in, there's going to be you here, and you here. And again, every line of rail that I draw just adds to the expenses. You can see it on Electrified Railway, which is currently 35 million. And let's just watch that grow and grow and grow. As I said, these wood lines are going to be running at a loss. The real magic should happen when the fine artisans of Orkney turn them into... God knows what they're going to be turning them into. It's kind of scary to think about in a way. It's growing, isn't it? It's growing a lot. It's growing more than I want it to. Oh well, how are we going to merge you two anyway? I think I can just quite simply even just have you come into that like so. And then I'll have a little bridge here. Littler than that, please. Girded steel is fine, because these electric trains are not going to be reaching that speed anyway, and even if they did, who would they even be impressing? Let's see past that, thank you. You're off, aren't you? Why are you even coming out so much? I want you over here. Ah well, it's no biggie. Ups a daisy. Anyone keeping track of how much those costs are increasing by? I'm guessing it's a metric bollock ton. Might as well add to our costs a bit more by adding a whole heap of signals for extra fun. There we go. Now how much is this going to cost me in maintenance? Dare I ask? I do dare, but only slightly. Ah hell, let's continue it on. Let's give them ultra dedicated areas for maintenance. That may or may not be a good idea. It's going to cost us $1 million per year for this. Oh baby, that's expensive. And that was a tiny amount of pretty low level railing. And the inflation has only yet to rear its ugliest of heads. The thought just occurs that this doesn't actually have the ability to crisscross yet, does it? Easy enough to do, because I can just do that. And then you can just go whoosh and over, or whoosh and down. But that does mean that I would want, well, I'd want to get rid of the signals, probably. That should be sufficient. I hope that's sufficient. Jake would save 20 million a year if he had signals per 3 instead of 2. 20 million a year. That's a fair whack, isn't it? Really? That much? Whoa! Wrong one. Whoa! Maybe it is the right one. It's the amount of signals I have is the same in upkeep as my airports. And I don't know which of those facts is scarier, because I only have 5 airports and I got 5,000 signals. Okay, well, let's not worry about the small stuff. Small stuff being my bank balance. Especially since he has trains long 7. I was told 2 is best, and I'm actually still thinking 2 is the best. Except, you know, for the maintenance cost, but it's really nice for building with. Anyway, these god-awful trains that I'm making here. Let's get them back in. Asia Star, pretty please, with all the capacity for wood. Wood, there we go at the bottom, because it's alphabetical. It's very simple. You go to vent to spill, then you go here. In vent to spill, you full load. In central, you transfer all. You come back here and you'll grab service as you need it. Would you mind cloning that train? Did you actually clone and not change that? I think it was okay. Right. Out both of you go. And then I would like you as well. You just clone that train. But the order shouldn't be going to Ventspil Woods. Instead, your order is to go to Riga West and full load. And then you are going to clone that train. 2 on both these lines should be sufficient, and if it ends up being even more, I could add 3 or... yeah, 3 is the maximum I'd want on this, especially given my lack of ability for more trains on this line. Okay. The only thing I want to say is that this is the Riga Woods. And they bring it up to the station. Now, the woods that get served by train are the lucky ones, and they're going to end up with ratings far higher than the ones that don't get it. It's a trick that we did, dare I call it a trick, where we moved a minute amount of... well, maybe not a minute, but I swear I did something. Here we go. These farms, their ratings are great because they love being serviced by these awesome trains. See, Sawyer loves the trains, hates the road vehicles. It is yet to be known his feelings on nauticals? Well, boats. Anyway, Ventispill, which I'd rather just call Ventiswill, still needs some TLC. We'll get in the big ships because they're bringing in 2 well-serviced but not yet well-rated forests. There we go. Ventispill, pool load, wood exchange, transfer all. Clone that ship, activate them all, and we're almost done. These two, oh god, those are some juicy forests. Oh yeah, he loves roller coasters, but that's just because he is... Holy mother of mercy. That's more wood than I think all the other woods I have put together combined. Okay. I think Talon is about to lose their access to goods. They're not that profitable anyway, but these are going to turn into actual money. Yeah, the great forests of Talon coming to save me here. Okay, What's a man to do with this? Well, I'm going to get rid of the Talon Chopper Exchange. You are part of Central. Does Central include the dock? Central does include the dock. Okay. Change of plan. This maglev is going to do a complete turn into... Ah, damn, you can't extend out far enough, can you? That's alright, it can turn and then turn into here. A little elaborate, I know. But it'll go into here and transfer the wood into Talon here. Unfortunately... Yeah, Christ, that is unfortunate. There's so much wood there. You can leave one train for goods and ship the rest. Holy moly, look at all those goods. I could just change their order. A little bit of a problem with the setup here though. I don't want to build a long maglev out to these docks because maglev is expensive. Maglev known for their tight turning circle. I should hope so, it's probably what they're going to have to do. But there's so much wood being made here. Transporting all of this. So that's... It's about 1,700 I need to move every... Oh god, no, this is going to need its own dedicated line. Do I get them down to here? Speed is not of the essence, really. They don't have to be maglev, but they are already maglev. Well, for one, we can continue to very slowly move these goods into Talon, better than leaving them on the counter. By the way, did goods spoil? If these were left here, being very slowly moved around, would some of these just degrade and go away? I feel like that's something that would happen in this game. What's a man to do here? I definitely need to extend this one out. But maglev is just too expensive to justify. And damn, look at these Riga forests. Wait, I thought I already made a Riga forest. Ah, you're not Riga woods at all. I've been bamboozled. You are actually... Sia... Uliai. Bizarre Lithuanians. Now... What do we do with these? Hang on. Yeah, Lithuanians. With so high production, you do want the maglev, trust me. Yeah, maybe, but maglev is so expensive. It's absurdly expensive. Building the maglev out to here is going to cost me millions and millions every year. Plus, it's not even going to reach its full speed coming out to this. I think I should actually just remake Talon woods out here and just have them high speed come out to Parnu's docks. You're all part of Parnu. Actually, that's a central. How dare you call yourself a docks? But yeah, this is the power of having somewhere get some really good train-related service. Very high... well, it starts here. Very high service means very high amount transported, which means very high amount of this growth. Or at least a very high chance for it. Might be better coming over to... Hang on. I think I could actually link you up here and blast them up to here and have it connected to a dock here. Yes. Doesn't really matter how long it takes to move that wood around, right? The wood is going to be hitting that 200 degradation thing. But... hang on. Maybe. Ah, this is going to suck for their service, though. It's getting even better. Or is it? Maybe. I'm trying to think what to do here. I'm trying to have the best of both worlds. Let's see. Let's engage exploitative mind here. I know the exploit is not just station something or other, but it might also be station something or other. Yeah, because you can grab those woods and be part of the dock, and the dock just instantly gets it even though nothing's running. But I want this to be very good as well. So why don't I still have you go over to the chopper, but only have one of you? Because it's going to be short enough that they still get the bonus for a lot of things. Or I make these incredibly short. Okay, tell you what. I want you both to go to Talon Chopper and leave. Unload and leave empty. Wood to Kirkwall is lost. Did I punch you out in the wrong... No, it's going to go here, turn around, and then get significantly less lost. Don't worry about it. They're just kicking and screaming because they don't like change. Right, unload that. That's fine. And now I want you to go to service. Do you even have any wood on you? Now, I'm not going to destroy you, Sunshine, but you're about to get a lot smaller. This way, we'll be able to maintain the goods for... Actually, I am going to destroy you. Bye-bye. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'll keep you like a little baby like that. Alright, you can reactivate. Actually, no, you can't. Stay there. Stay there. You unload your goods for very little money, please. And once you're done, I'm sending you to service as well. In you go to your little clown car. Wood to Almere. Oh yeah, I cancelled a lot of wood to Almere, didn't I? Fairly well, so they stopped complaining. Yeah, I'll get complaints about wood to Almere occasionally. I just destroyed Almere's ambitions at having lots of goods. Right, again, let's just really bring you down to just a 2 length there. Sell all of that. And then... problem with Talon Woods is it's just too big. So let's trim you down a fair touch. 2 length, right? Unless I have you all the way back, you're unlikely to actually reach there. So now, if I reactivate these little baby trains, what they will actually do is still improve the rating of these because, hey, they're still getting lovely fast maglevs picking them up. They like that. Surely they like that. What I could do is move Chopper a little closer, but I won't. I will still have to give them some kind of maintenance like so, though. There we go. Hey, I might even save money on my infrastructure, at least on maglev if nothing else, but we're almost at 300 million, which is scary stuff. To be fair, it's comparable to what it was before, so it's not that bad. Oh nice, some late evening Jake, loving it. Cheers. I'm loving it too, perhaps even too much. Right, you get all the wood. You currently have all the wood. Actually, how does it split it? This actually could be bad for me if this is the one that gets all the wood and you do not. I think it gets split between ratings, so maybe this is going to work against me. I hadn't considered that, because you have all the wood. This might not work out for me. No, I may have made a mistake here. I may have made a considerable mistake. I have no idea how it disperses the woods between them. Oh well, something to... Oh, that's gonna degrade here. You can split cargo for 2 destinations, so you'll be fine. Are you sure though? What I'm worried is that Talon is going to get all the wood, and the docks will not. Because if it produces all that wood and it goes into Talon, that's a waste. Oh well, we'll soon find out, won't we? We'll set up a ship to go and grab this stuff. That makes a lot of the stuff, so actually I'd need a load of ships to pick all this stuff up. Still though. No, not cloning yet. I need to give you direction. Go to Talon Dock and load every little bit of wood that you can. And then I want you to make your way over to the Visby Exchange. Good thing I know my geography, right? But I don't think we have a good way of getting from here to here, or do we? You might be able to make that journey. Visby Wood Exchange and transfer the whole lot. And then on your way back, on your bike, and then you're back to Talon Docks. Now this is going to need a lot of them if this goes to work, goes to plan. I will actually make 12 of them because it's such an active thing. Every time I hop on, Jake has less money, says Nemablub. Look, it's a sore subject, okay? I need to rub salt in the wounds. Ooh, Turku's a good forest. Helsinki's a passable forest. And Wyborg or Wyborg is a decent forest. So I certainly want those coming over to the exchange. Don't worry, we'll eventually be done just moving wood around. Eventually. Oh, that's Turco Woods, that's a good name. Or an appropriate name, if nothing else. You'll need a bit of a unique way down, I think, though. Oh no, you can go there, 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 and then Visby and you're good. To here, to here, to here, to here, to here. Something that's nice is they don't have to go very far for all this. I don't have to bring the line all the way up to Kirkwall for each of these. I will later, but that's later Jake problems. Go here and go all the way back. It's not quite in line, so it's going to be a little bit inefficient for moving the goods around, but I'm not too worried about such things. Will 2 be enough? 2 will be enough for now. I can periodically check the map to see if any of these are not running at a decent level. Now, for those Helsinki mines, don't quite cover the woods. We all... Whoa, 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 that does actually get the wood. Love to see it. Valley is a good name, I like that, but it's going to be the Helsinki Woods, sadly. Very, very nice. Helsinki had a great setup of wood, as I recall. No, it must have been the other one that had great. Still, this is good enough. Go to Helsinki, load up entirely, and then take a fairly direct route over to Visbucket, please. And at Visby, make sure that you transfer all. Alright, just maybe a few more of these and we're done. Remember, I'm trying to dig myself out of financial hell here, which is a real place, which I did not want to end up. Whoops, don't do Helsinki Woods again, that's a repeat order. Clone the ship once and activate. Now... Wyborg has a nice forest. Tartu has a nice forest as well. How can this be? Once I tried to split cargo in 3 directions while cargo just was on, didn't let me. I could choose the 3rd place. 2 is legit. We'll see how it splits this. I remain unconvinced, but I would like to be convinced. Damn, some of these are... Oh god, I need these 2. That's some good wood. Okay, so that's the 4 I'm going to take. You, and you, and then we are We just need to seal getting all the woods and goods back, and we are done moving wood, and I'm going to let the game run for about a year. Well, 2, maybe 3 years, and hopefully we'll have some money. During that time I can brush up some routes or inner city links that look a little skew-if. It's not the hugest of priorities that I have every city growing right now, because there are some tiny cities that we haven't even touched yet. And in terms of this long play, we proceed at the speed of the slowest, which is one of my least favourite ways to do anything. I mean, screw the slow. Let you get eaten by the lion. Speaking of being eaten by lions, I had the most mortifying run of Resident Evil Outbreak last night. Resident Evil Outbreak is a game that I have played ever since it was released in 2004. It's a game I enjoy heartily, and a game I'm very, very good at. However, I think for the first time ever, I had an entire evening where I died in every single run. Now, it's a rare day when I die at all. So to lose in all of the runs, and how many runs did we do? We did Flashback, Desperate Times, End of the Road, Showdown 3, Elimination 1 and 2. Can't remember if we did Elimination 3. But holy smokes, for me to die in all of those. Terrible. Truly terrible. I don't actually want to go back to here, so we'll delete you. Depot and depot. I don't know about the route I'm taking here, but I'm sure it'll be fine. There we go, and I'll have a bunch of you just because it's a bit of a long route. Full load Helsinki Woods. Full load Helsinki Woods. Well, I didn't do that. Looks pretty full loaded to me, but you might have meant one of the other woods, like the one we're just doing here in Weborg. That looks full loaded to me, just in case you mean the other one though. Turku Woods. Looks pretty full loaded to me, with transferring. Is it better to have loads of closed routes, or have major routes that smaller routes connect to? I would say the latter is better, major routes that smaller routes connect to, but I don't have a lot of experience with this game, and I'm clearly not very good. But I dream of getting good. I could actually just have you run up to the Harundi Tartu exchange easily enough with this. I mean, I've already built that. But then it won't be clear to me if it's getting the wood from Talon Forest or not. Difficult to say, but I'll run it up anyway. I don't actually like all these disconnected lines. I'd rather everything cooked into each other. Cooked into, baked into, folded into. You know what I mean here. Right, up you come. Now this is a super basic line. It's as basic can be. I'm just trying to get the wood out of there. It should be... It should really be two-way, shouldn't it though? No, this is being daft. I should at least have this going on. But for unloading it there, I can't see myself needing more than a single. And this is as lame gets. There we go, ups the daisy, and then in you go like so. And if you need some servicing, you can just service along the way. I'm not going to tell. Probably a bad idea to have it so far away. I should have it much closer to here so that it doesn't have to slow down. So away you go. Boy, I think whenever I play another game of this, I'm going to be so much more tight-fisted, seeing as how the cost of these, well, the cost of everything goes. Still though, we need those trains. Get the Asia Star, fill it full of wood. Not that I'm not having the time of my life setting up these lines, but I'm looking forward to getting back to actually helping my cities grow. This is just working on my bank balance, which really would have been hours and hours of setting up lines that I wouldn't have to do if I didn't have inflation on, or didn't have signal things on. Maintenance on, rather. Tar2 Woods, that's you. Full load. Talon Docks, that is a transfer all. And I'll want, I mean, 2 of you will surely suffice for this for quite a while. And then lastly, these 2 woods are too good to pass up. They're a combined total of 246 wood. How do I bring them over though? It's a little outside of Hanseatic borders though. I might just say no to them. Tar2 is already an appendix. This would be, like I'm saying, that this should be mine as well. That goes out too far. Alright, that'll do it for now. Hopefully all these things will work. I will grab all these boats. 84 ungrouped boats, that's a lot to have made. Still though, these are going to be the, not goods, not chopping block either. I could probably dismiss chopping block now. But these are cargo, wood, and it's not wood for you. What, you still exist? You gotta go. I'll just take this one over actually. I will change it from that to wood to Kirkwall. Connect them to vent spells. Yeah, would be good, but I don't really want to extend into this area here. The Hanseatic borders stop at the coastline in this area pretty rigidly on everything I'm going by, so cannot justify. Although you are right, connect them into Ventispil would be good. Right, wood to Kirkwall, all of my ungrouped ships. Why do I have a single ship? Who are you? You're some kind of unknown mining ship. Norrköping Mine. That's right, I remember adding you to these weirdos' orders. You should certainly be sharing orders with those guys. Can't share order list, of course you can. You have the same damn orders. There we go, is that going to take you off of my ungrouped ships list? No, you're still there. But you still think it's shared? You're a weird one. Oh, you shared the orders, but you didn't share the group, did you? No, and you're probably the iron ore to Narva. Man, Narva's a popular chap these days. Right. What are you guys again? You're Bruges to Calais for valuables. And I'm probably just going to shove you into valuables without overthinking that one. The rest of you, I reckon, are all ones that I made for the wood to Kirkwall. So I'm just going to shove you in without a second thought. Maybe at some point off stream I will look at all my groups and make sure they're all up to snuff. They really don't serve much of a purpose for the game. Actually, I feel like if I didn't sort all these groups I wouldn't be missing out on much. But I like the tools and I like the look of it, and I like being able to look at all these and figure out which ones are running a profit or aren't working properly at all. You are Kirkwall, Inverness, and you are a PAX. You are a remote service PAX for Kirkwall. There we go. I wonder if I grabbed one of my other ones by accident and shoved them into the woods. I should think not, these are all cargo ships. In you go, in you go, in you go, and in you go. Which route is your biggest loss maker? Now there's a question. Food to Edinburgh runs a loss. I doubt any of them are really going to be trains, although my trains in general run at a loss because they make me 270 mil. Actually, they might be running a profit now. Trains make me 270 million, and that is actually more than the cost of the infrastructure for the trains. Of course, most of that money comes from the goods. In fact, a literal majority of it comes from me moving goods, so that is the power of just having a very profitable line. Yeah, money does feel good. As for loss makers, how about our vehicles? We got a single one moving goods that no longer makes money, probably because there's no longer goods for you to pick up. Apparently there is, jeez. I drained this factory of its goods long ago. And yet you somehow apparently are able to get some. I'll purge you later on, I'm sure. The Norwegian transfer loses me €1 million a year. It's just there to service Norwegians, though. Who would have thought? You can actually go and see that. Here it is. Who would have thought that building an exchange in the middle of the Norwegian fords and mountains would be not very good? And it's not even working. These places aren't growing. Probably because... well, that one is. Probably because they could really do with a timetable for their... a timetable or an increased amount of service for these guys, because they're slow and they go long periods of not actually coming to the town, don't they? Yeah, so I could either add more to this or timetable it better, and I'm not sure which I'd rather do. Actually, I'll tell you what I could do. I could give them a little auxiliary one for around the town, and that would increase the service immensely. I will do that once we're in our unpause phase. But I bet there's boats that have bigger losses. All the ships together make me a decent chunk of change, but there's going to be some kind of packs. Wow, Lubeck Transfer's making a loss. Normally it's very profitable. Consistent loss, except for you. And even so, not all of you. Maybe it's because I set up better aviation. Oh, 1.6 million from Calais packs. 1.3 million from all of our remote servicing put together, especially Visby to Norrköping. Copenhagen Pax loses me 8.8 million euros a year. And what is that exactly? Copenhagen to Malmö has far too many ships. Copenhagen at one point was saturated with people trying to get to Malmö. I must have overreacted. But that's probably the biggest loss maker right there. Yeah, hovercrafts are not great cost-wise. They're mostly there for actually providing a fast service for people. But yeah, I definitely over-added to this. But not a big deal. 8 million... well, 8 million is rather nice. That's quite a few of my goods trains right there, isn't it? That tells me I should probably tell some of these guys to bunk off. I wish it was easier to me to tell between the passenger ones and the not passenger ones. But I'll tell you, if nothing else, we can just grab a bunch of them and tell them to ging hame. That way they won't cost us upkeep. And they're going to complain about waiting at the depot, but that's okay. I can delete them and remake more as is needed. Okay, do we have anything else we have to do? Yes, we do. We need to actually transfer between these. They're going to start getting wood, but I need to... oh god, now here's... how do I do this exactly? I need to pick up maximum wood at each place and bring it over, but... I don't want to be a scarecrow. I reckon the wood business you made will be a loss overall, said Skill Games. Well then, we'll see. We will certainly see. I like to think it's going to be a big win. Still though, what's worrying is how I balance the wood in one direction and goods in the other. Oh well, that's for me to worry about. Straight line up to Kirkwall. I'll just make myself the stations for it. We're going about the right way. that a ship or it is a station? Okay, good. Plenty of stations to be had on the way to Kirkwall. Right, so. Now the tricky part. All this wood is coming into the Visby Wood Exchange, which needs to go over to the sound. Just hearing the word sound makes me want to play DDR, thanks to the Paranoia songs. And come down and around and whatnot. So many of these littering the sea, but it makes it look like it's nice and full of ships. I mean, at this distance, it's hard for me to tell ship from station. So, I want to have you for wood. I want you to go to the Visby Wood Exchange. You'll pick up all the wood that you can, and then you're going to go over to the Sund Wood Exchange. You're going to drop it all off, exchange yourself into a goods vehicle, and bring goods back. Simple as that. Except, I do actually need someone to just bring the goods from there to Narva, so maybe that's the first thing I should be having you do. Goods, please. The worrying thing is the transfer money. I wonder if the transfer isn't going to work out to my benefit. Surely not. Surely it'd be fine. Anyway, Visby Goods Exchange. Full load your cargo, and then make your way over to Narva. Glorious goods of Narva. That's Narva Dock, that is. And you'll already know to unload there, so I don't need to tell you otherwise. Even then, I'll tell you to unload just in case you get any funny ideas. And then you just come all the way back. No exchanges needed on this one, thankfully. As in changing their loadout for different kit. Refitting, that's what I'm talking about. There we go. God knows how many of these we're going to need. And it's going to be quite a while before we have any goods at all here. So maybe I shouldn't waste my time and money duplicating you just yet. Hey Callum. Oh, you know, that paint is drying and it's great. I'll have two of you for now though. Always better to double up for these. Now next up, Visby to the Sund. Visby's going to be the one with the wood, so that's one I want to start with. Get myself the wood one here. You are already on... Whoops. How did I... Okay, no, I thought I just bought something there, but it wasn't. It was me clicking this, it showed up, and it showed up the sign for having bought the previous one. I just want to make sure that one was set to goods, and this one is set to woods. Right. Visby Wood Exchange. I want you to full load there. And then you need to make your way down and around. So over here, here, and then the Sund Wood Exchange. Here I want you to unload everything, but then I want you to go here again. And I want you to... Why can't I refit you? Why can't I refit you? You can refit for wood, for goods, but you can't seem to do it here. Oh, now I can. Now I just click refit at station for goods, which is an instant action. And then, do I then tell you to full load, or does that get rid of... Full load any cargo with refit to goods. Hopefully that merges together nicely. And then I want you to come back. Oh. Go. It is going this way, good. Sometimes I forget when you click on those things, it puts the order above what you clicked on rather than below. And just make your way up to Visby Wood Exchange, where I want you to refit, well, You're going to unload all your goods. And then you're going to refit to wood. And then you go back up and full load the cargo. Hopefully that works. It's my first trying this. It's more complicated than I'd like it to be. And indeed, there's no real need to do this at all. I could just have them go straight towards Kirkwall. But I have an idea. And the idea is that later on, I will have a... Let's clone that ship and start them. Later on, what I'm going to have are these outposts which have goods, and those goods can be suckled by other cities that need them for growth. Take Rostock, for example. Not growing so it doesn't have enough passengers and mail room around, but if it did, they'd want a few little bits of goods brought in to aid their growth. And that wouldn't be unthinkable, would it? It would certainly stop some decay that they get. Refit in the depots. Why, it seems to work on the docks. I also tested it earlier and it did work. My only concern is that there might be more goods coming back than I can handle. So I'm wondering if it wouldn't be a bad idea to also have one that's always set to do that order, but the other way around. Because thinking about it, there's going to be more goods going this way than there are woods going that way. Other way around. More goods flowing this way than wood coming this way. Until I get to a point, I suppose. That's a bit of a worry for me. But if it ends up being too much, I can just balance it out with more ships and whatnot, and rearrange their order. Right, Sundwood. Sundwood has a short jaunt up to Skagerrak, and a short jaunt I shall fix for it. So a new woody ship goes Sundwood. Goes Sundwood with full load, of course. And then a simple journey out and up. And up. And over this little bit, because it can be hard for the pathfinding to get past that. And then over to the wood exchange. And at the wood exchange, you unload all. And then you refit to goods. And then you full load there. Do I want it to full load at that point? I might get to the point where both sides are a bit stuck, actually. What if they all come away from over there over to here and they can't do it? No, I don't want them to full load. Surely there'll be plenty of goods. Difficult, actually. I don't know what the best thing to do here is. Load if available. Well, that's just regular load if available. We'll have it like that then. And then on the way back, same depots as before. I might be mixing some of them up, but that's no biggie. As long as it gets back to the Sundwood exchange. And when it gets to Sundwood, you need to unload and then change yourself back out for wood. You can add a full load later when it started. What? There we go, refit to wood and then full load back at Sundwood. And then we'll have a couple of you taking care of that, and off you guys trot. So they'll get the wood and they'll be bringing it over here. Wood, bringing it here. Yeah, my main concern is the goods flowing back operating properly, but hey ho. Oh yeah, well there's actually a thought. They've got to wait for some of this wood to come in before any of them are going to start this journey, don't they? Again, I could have them run both sides, but I want them to both be running full. More efficient, surely. I have a feeling I'm making myself more issues than I am solving by making these little wood exchanges, but I want to see them operational. So let's not fret over every egg, so to speak. So I want you to go to Skagerrak Wood Exchange and then follow this elaborate trip that I've created for you up to Kirkwall. Well, I think I created this for you, I hope so. Up's the daisy. Right, and then over to Kirkwall. In Kirkwall you unload all, and then we go back to Kirkwall to refit for goodies. And then we pick up everything we can at Kirkwall, and then we make our way out of Kirkwall. Trying to think of all the ways this can go wrong, and I have many images in my head. It's okay. We'll cope with the situation. Then we get back to the wood exchange. I want you to unload all those goods, and then I want you to refit to wood, and then you're going to go back to the start where you grab all the wood you can. Hunky dory. Probably going to need a few of these. On you go. And all of these boats that I just made are going to be... what do I even call these things? The goods? Yeah, I suppose they are. They are... goods... what do I even call them here? Oh god, I've got goods Almere to Almere with 2 ships. What a scary, probably loss-making run that is. I might purge you later on, that doesn't sound good at all. In any case, this is goods, Kirkwall to... where's this going again? Narva, I think. And then my ungrouped ships go into those. Hopefully they're all starting up. And I suspect I'm going to need more of them, but... there we go, all 10 are in, and now I can finally just let the game carry on and see what it's going to complain about to me. The wood to Kirkwall has too few orders. Full load your stuff. Wait, I told you to go to the ship depot and the ship depot. Oh, I told you to go to that ship depot twice, and I didn't tell you to go to Kirkwall. There we go. Right, that should solve you. Who else has a problem? Shake, I think there's a mistake in the last route. You set it to go to the place and then refit instead of the other way around. But wait, what? I will check that. That'll be on this route, right? It goes to the wood exchange and da-da-da-da-da. It goes to Kirkwall, unloads. Aha! You're right, it needs to refit and then load up. Well spotted. I wonder if any of the other ones have that problem too. Train cannot find a path to continue. That's alright, it will now. You also now understand. There we go, I like seeing all these non-problems. Ship 405 has its Kirkwall. Yeah, I think we got that one sorted. Okay, so that cost me a lot of money and will continue to cost me a lot of money. Those are all the vehicles that we made costing us. A fair bit of construction. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a deficit year, but think of it more of an expansion year. We're sizing up our operations. Saving game as I see the red of losing money and nobbing. Poor Christian San not growing because the rating is really terrible. I mean, it gets a bit better now that they have these guys here, and it starts going up and up and up a bit. Unfortunately, the long times that they spend away there hurt them, and I really don't want to sort out a timetable because timetabling is... Wood to Kirkwall. Can't find a path to continue. I mean, you can. These trains lack patience. I mean, they're complaining at me, but they've already found their way into the station. Right, Christian Sand needs a bit of a better service here, even if it omega blows. What I will do in that case Possibly something like this. No, actually, I already don't like what I'm building here. If I set up a tiny little vehicle thing, which just goes from the mines to the plaza, and then another one that does passengers, which again is just mines to plaza, then that's going to improve the rating, get more customers, and grow the city. I'm surprised the other ones are growing. It might be because they have a much shorter route. But I'm not surprised that Bergen isn't growing, not least of all because it has this issue. Yeah, frequency of local routes like that are so important. So what's this? Oh man, it's Inner City Christian Sand, isn't it? I don't even have one here, right. Christian Sand, Inner City, and it's a real cop-out one here, but it's what we've made. Christian Sand. In you go. Hold on a sec. Although I told them to do that, they don't have an easy way back here, do they? No, they don't. I should have left them with this. Now they have to go all the way up and around there for... It's okay, it will solve itself. Well, it won't actually if this doesn't connect. Come on, out of my way, all these trams. My greatest ally is turning into my greatest enemy here. There we go, got it. Now it can go down and around and be happy. Jake, did you sell off the hovercrafts? I did not. I've been waiting for them to complain at me that they have no orders. This is weird. How do we not have this show up? Maybe it's under path? Or if vehicle is lost. Well, I do want to know that. I just don't want you to complain because you're having to wait for wait in the queue here. Why do you have loads of wood? Are you not dropping your wood off at the exchange? That's the problem. I don't think they're dropping it off. And I'm not sure it's set to unload either. I thought it would have been set to unload. They come out and up. They go up here. Are you unloading? No, they need to be told to transfer. My mistake. Probably many such cases. Transfer that. And you are the one from Osnabrück Woods, so you also need to be told to transfer. Yeah, I wonder if I forgot that on my other trains as well. Right, I will tell you to skip order so that that stops being an issue. Yeah, the hovercrafts aren't complaining at me right now, but they would be, I imagine, here and here. At least that's going to be slightly less losses, but I don't think Copenhagen to Malmö... I swear it made me money before. Right, I am concerned about the forest outside of Tallinn because it's immensely great. And I'm not seeing it going over here. Oh, maybe it is, maybe it is. But look, I've got so many of them in Tallinn Woods. I'm a little worried about that. Look how much it's going to Tallinn Woods. Too much of it. Are they getting an equal amount of it though, I wonder? There we go, I think they're both getting about 130, which is not what I want. The Tallinn Woods has too much. I might actually just destroy Tallinn Woods. It's going to get a good enough service from you coming in semi-regularly, so... It will balance itself out with time, says Gil. What do you mean by balance, though? Does it actually balance by the amount that it gets picked up at the station? Or do you think it'll balance based on this mediocre supply? Oh, well, actually looking at it, more of it's going over here. And this one's going down, but probably just because of the rating. Although maybe that's it. I just hope the rating on the forest doesn't go down. Hopefully it just follows the highest rating here. Okay, that's good. Shame about all that wood that's going to waste, but... well, not so much going to waste. Talon does get its wood. It's just not cost efficient in any way. Still though, at the very least, that's a hefty amount of wood to be getting every month. Once the 4K is gone, it will go more towards the docks. Okay, but it's taking its sweet time at going. Still piling up too much. That's okay though. As long as it goes to the docks, as long as it goes out towards Kirkwall, as long as my bank balance grows and doesn't shrink, right? Actually, the fact that we're in September and we're still looking like we're in the red is concerning. Alright, how are you feeling now about your passengers, Kirkwall? Still quite a few that want to go. Transfer loss, but income gain. What about you? Oh, whoa, 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 460,000? Could we get more of that, please? Mail is good. This is less good. You guys haven't been... no, you have been told to transfer and leave empty. Can you not go into here? Is that not a turn that you can make? You have, for some reason, reserved this. I think. Yeah, path occupied, but how is that path occupied? You're not moving. You're still loading. Wait a second. Are these trains too long? Does it show the length of the train here? 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. No, there's 7 length. What's with my moany old depots at the end are big no-nos. What's so bad about depots in the end? I quite like them, then again. It's not without having our problems here. Wish it wouldn't moan at me for waiting in the queue, though. That I don't get. We got this Danzig forest, and I never did grab you, even though you're well suited to going over to... probably the Sund. That is a nice forest, though. And you, oh, you're so well situated. Train goes out of the depot facing towards and occupies a lane, blocking trains. Oh, you mean the problem is that it comes out of the station a little too far? I can't remember where that one we just saw was, but oh well. Needs a simple two-way signal after the station. I'll be on. Okay, it was here, wasn't it? A simple two-way. We haven't used that kind of signal before, so this is going to be new to me. Path signal, combo signal, exit signal something. What if I just put you in here? Like so. Huh, that's okay then. Not the end of the world, if nothing else. I wonder if that means it's needed here as well. Yeah, see that guy just coming to a stop because of you. Right, tell you what, we can somewhat fix this if I just tell you to skip. In you go, and then let us... Learning so much today, even though I've done mostly just the same thing over and over. We're learning some actual lessons. So, you know, this would have never been a problem if I'd stuck to my very original rule of always have a signal poking into the, or looking into a station that you go into. So are you going to reserve... Okay, you're not reserving a big chunk here. Thanks for that, Bazzy Joe. I'm not good with signaling. Not at all. Holy cribbins, Talon's big. Talon's getting too big. Lubeck is meant to be the star of the show, but Lubeck's feeling some real anxiety pressure. I've even given it extra coverage for its expansion out with more inner city lines. But are you actually being seen to? Yeah, you are. Where are those trams? Where are your trams? Heading for Lubeck West. I see. Now why didn't I get a warning for that one? It will happen again because of the depots behind the station. So is it just do not put depots behind the station? I swear I was doing it earlier with no real problems. Speaking of no real problems, look at that bank balance. Don't look at the maintenance that's about to hit us though. Oof. Still though, 2 months, 10 million euros. That smells like 50 million a year, 60 million a year even. And we haven't even started moving these goods out, I'm sure. Why are you returning with the wood? It better be because you're going for that service. No, you've been to Kirkwall Docks. And you didn't... Is there some problem with that? Ah, I think there is. I think you actually need to be connected to that in order to give them the wood. Yeah, it doesn't accept wood unless it's that little bit closer. Can I just slam you there and then call it a day? There we go. Oof, right, okay. Skip yourself back down to going to Kirkwall Docks, please. That was close. Could have had this whole thing running and not giving me wood for a long time. And for all I know, there have been some that have been turned away already because you came from Newcastle, the Newcastle Exchange. Fortunately, that's one of the closest ones. And one of the larger amounts of wood, so... There we go. 2 million just from Newcastle woods. And that is close. Imagine how much money we're going to get bringing this stuff from aeons away. I want to imagine that. Let's speed it up and wait for it to come. Yeah, see, some of this makes money. But the empty ones sure as sugar don't. It's okay. They're providing a vital service. I've never had so many of these cannot get a path to continue things. Just wait, you lazy, lazy buggers. Pretty please crush the dump hole called Cologne. No! Cologne is going to be integrated into the Hansa. It's an important Hanseatic city. I mean, I get that, you're waiting, but quick, you're coming. Actually, you know what? This never happened when I had the setting on to allow them to reverse. And then they just kind of back and forth a bit, don't they? It's bothersome because sometimes that's good information to have. Although maybe the problem is that I have 3 of you. So why don't I just tell you to go to a depot? Oh boy, we love 90-degree turns here. It's a joke, I hate 90-degree turns. Why do I even have them enabled? You also go to a service station. 2 is clearly plenty here. I'll start putting on 3 when they have too much space on their hands. Jake is not addicted to this game. You can stop anytime, says Lord Sir. I'm glad you understand. Addiction's not the right word at all. I am enjoying this game, and I am embracing the privileged lifestyle that I've created for myself to spend this time. Okay, I'm addicted to the game. No. This isn't like gaming addiction in Motorsport Manager. I'm not gonna. I forget what he gained or lost out of that. No, the game has got me hooked. There will be a time in the future where it doesn't have me hooked, because people said the same things about RimWorld. Oh, he's addicted. Well, I did eventually stop playing RimWorld. Why didn't you just go straight into that? Why did you wait? Trains work in mysterious ways at times. Okay, now this is taking the mick. Why can't you get in here? Oh, there are 2 of them here. Newcastle Wood. Wow, why do I have 3 of you? You just go straight for service, and then let's get rid of you because clearly 3 is too many. 3 would be fine if they were picking up loads of wood for us. Okay, money going up. I love to see it. It's probably not coming from any of my wood-related escapades, but we can check on that. Cargo. The Kirkwall goods is doing nothing but costing me money because there's no actual goods flowing just yet. Or are there? What about the wood cargo? Oh, big losses here because most of them haven't really completed any journeys yet. But they will. Wow, how is this 12? Well, they're making their journeys yet. You have tons of wood here. Many, many, many tons of wood here. So, where are the ships that are meant to be bringing that wood away? I didn't give you many of them, did I? Tons of tons. Crikey, I should have thought about this. There's a lot of ships that use this one. So which one's which? The one that goes to... Crikey, what's the next one called? The Visby would exchange to... the Sund. Here we go, the Sund would exchange. So they're both on their way. I'm a little concerned that they're coming what seems to be this way full of wood, when they definitely shouldn't be full of wood coming this way. They should have ditched all their wood at the other place. So you full load with Visby wood at Sund wood exchange. Ah, I didn't add one for them to actually drop it off, which is weird. I thought for sure I had. So at the Sund wood exchange, you're meant to go... where is it? Here it is. You're meant to go to the Sund wood exchange and unload all. Or maybe I'm meant to tell them to transfer all. Yeah, transfer and leave empty. Concerning. However, there's so much wood here that we clearly need a lot more of that. So I'm going to grab you guys and I'm going to clone you quite a lot of times. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16 you go. Let's get crazy. Whom, here they come. They're coming to grab that 10... oh, look, it does look like it degrades. Is it like 1% degrades every day or something? There must be some kind of degradation of goods that happens. Anyway, you're on your way back. Where's the other one? I should tell you to skip, but I won't bother because you'll just get lost. There's too much good mods. Has any game taken place of EU4 used to have for you? Just curious. I mean, EU4 was an enormous part of my life for a long time. Anything becoming that big for me? Nothing comes to mind. Alright, to transfer that wood, the wood comes down to here. Hopefully, yeah man, this is actually pretty hard to balance. Look at all the wood that's going to be in the Sundwood exchange, which I'm going to need more of. And we only have 2 of these. Yeah, I think I really underestimated the amount of these guys that I'm going to be needing. So let's just clone a fat stack of them. There we go. Bye-bye money. We're just spending money to make money. It's all cool. And then there's this wooden exchange. Oh, before that, I should make sure that I haven't made the same mistake on these guys. Let's see. Yes, you get Sundwood. You unload and leave empty. We should transfer and leave empty. Then refit. And then grab all the goods that you can and back you come. No harm, no fuss. And hopefully you don't have the same problem. Going from here to... Is this the one? No, that goes Sundwood, Skagerrak. Where's Skagerrak to Kirkwall? I did do this to Kirkwall, surely? Yes, I see it here now. And that's what I absolutely need to clone from somewhere nearby. 7, 8, 9. We'll just bring it up to 16. 16 is a nice number. Düsseldorf is a bigger and much better place than Cologne. We have better beer, more Magna Stones than Cologne. Please recognize it in your plans to rebuild a better Hansa. I've been to Düsseldorf. I just went there for the airport so I could go to the much better Cologne. Besides, look how much mightier it is than you. Goodness, this is a fair clump. Oh, I suppose this was probably made by a German, so... If I had to guess, it was made by a German from Düsseldorf. Maybe it was made by ACAB Europe. Oh no, it's ACAB Europe, isn't it? Ship's getting lost to Narva. Narva's probably not gotten any of those goods yet. They will. How's the wood in the wood exchange going though? That's fine because you've drank it all up. As long as it doesn't degrade, we can turn it into goods, and the moment they become goods, well, then we run risk of degrading them again, don't we? But this looks like a large amount of wood making its way across. We'll just have the game go on fast forward mode. I want to see this work for me. Sandwood exchange, very low rating here. Why is it so lowly rated? I have all these ships just waiting to grab you. Well, it is growing now. And I'm pretty sure Copenhagen had a giant statue of me. Okay, there we go. The rating is growing, and then the amount that we pick up will grow as well. No harm. That island is already almost at 2k and still has space to grow. Which island? We have a few islands that have been growing up on us. Oh wow, Ronnie's looking good as well. The names are German, so yes indeed. I'm more concerned about Kirkwall. It is at 2000 and it can keep growing. It even has its own Kirkwall bank. Which is funny because the Highlands and Islands really suffer from lack of banking or lack of... Hold on, you have to go back to Odense from wherever you are. That's a long way to go. What's your problem? You went to Nobbing. I think the problem is that's such a long way to go. So I will give you a go-to intermediary. I'll build you a go-to intermediary. go to there on the way out. That means I want you to go there on the way back in. There we go, that should help you not get lost so much. Some of them just get lost because they're stuck in the incredibly tight turns of Lübeck Dock. I don't like the idea of something in Kirkwall getting lost, though. I hope it wasn't you. Okay, it's actually working somewhat. This is one that came from, I can only assume... I don't want to make... Okay, great. The wood exchange actually did successfully make a journey over here. It did make money dropping off the wood. At least you did. I don't know how much was lost on transfers. But I can check that because we've grouped them all together. And now it's bringing goods back to the exchange, which will then hopefully be brought further along. You're getting lost now. What's your problem? From the Stralsund mines to the Sund wood exchange, I thought for sure that would be an easy enough journey for you. But if you're so confused, there you go. That should help you along the way. Developing remote places is funny. It's also fun. Lerwick here is having a few growing pains. I'm gonna have to help them out as well. Here you go. Here's an incredibly cheap, crappy bridge for you to continue your growth spurt. They're going to need every inch they can to grow after all. I'm not even sure they could grow anything here, but they can try. Remember, the goal is to get every city up to 5,000. If I have to erect Atlantis for Lerwick, I will. But I don't want to. Good growth on it, though. Jake, what's your problem? Capitals out there on the sea for 3 years with logs and male crew. Guess pimp. Okay. Pass. Right, the goods are stacking up in Kirkwall Dock. I do somewhat worry that there's not going... Yeah. Yeah, the problem is it's a bit too... It's a bit too much of an unknown where I need to grab the goods from. If I just make lots and lots of boats coming across here, then they might not always get those. Although I could make an absolute ton of them. Kaliningrad to Danzig is lost. Maybe they really do have a problem when too many of them get together, or maybe it's this. Maybe you should really level out the water around a dock, or else they get that lost issue. Ah, that's the captain speaking. I think I understand now. The goods rating is only mediocre here, which is unfortunate. I should definitely have someone here trying to grab them at all times. Otherwise this rating is going to fall and we're going to get nowhere near as many goods as I want. It's unfortunate. What should I do to help out with that? I mean, I could give them a regular service that just buses it over here. That will keep the rating up. It's a bit cheap and dirty, but why not? I can be cheap and dirty. Actually, that's a problem because you're already getting that stuff over there. That won't help at all. What could be done? What could be done? Well, what I should think is what I want to do here. The boats are so infrequent, and I always want somebody here to up the rating of this. I don't know, this is the hard part because that's where I want to have good ratings on. And these guys coming in as infrequently as they do are going to really hamper the rating, and that brings it right down. I think I have to have the boats always wait until they're full at Kirkwall. Hang on, since they're always coming over with full load, they should wait until they get a full load in Kirkwall. Goodness, I don't know how to balance this. You're one of our wood to Kirkwalls, but you're from the Emden Woods Exchange. I'm more interested in these fellows. A cheeky thing I could do is always move the goods just over here, just to always have someone here moving them. And then have this be the place that they go and grab the goods from. But that's a horrifically unnecessary extra step, just to keep the rating high here. Can't change the fact that I always need someone picking up these goods. Crazy thought, what if I always just had somebody picking up and just moving them back to where they were? That seems absurd, but crazier things have happened, surely. So I'm gonna have you, oh, I can't have you there because you're too close. I just need to keep the rating higher on here, because currently the rating is going very poorly. That's not what I want, this needs to be part of it as well. Imagine being employed to do that. You have to understand, it's for the rating. At least it'll be a frequent visit, right? Right, new vehicle. We'll get our crappy wooden thing. Not that crappy. Your job is to go here, fill up, go there, and then go to here to transfer it. Oh, but it's not wood, it's goods that I need. So a goods truck. A decent goods truck. Oh, wow, the goods truck blow. Takes the same thing though, full load, transfer and leave empty, then full load again and go back. Right, how bad could that be? Activate and see how awful an idea this is. Let's see how your ratings go. Because currently goods are very poor, and that's awful. I need it to grow. Well, this is something. What a job. What an absolute job. You know, it could be even better if it wasn't trucks. Oh, this is gonna get worse before it gets better. This is sad. This is sad. Right, so we're gonna have a goods van for a train here, and then we need some kind of engine, a single engine. Faster the better, though. Ah, damn, we don't really do fast. All right, if that's the case, then you're gonna be a monorail. you're also going to be a monorail. Get rid of this here. The monstrosity that we're doing here. Right. Nice electric thing here with a goods truck. Goods van. Alright, now your stupendous job is to go here and full load and then go for a quick service and then go back here where you transfer it back in. Activate. Well, this is gaming the system to the nth degree. It doesn't matter what speed it gets to, what matters is the maximum speed. I did add you to Kirkwall Docks properly, right? Yeah, I think I did. And that's going to improve the coverage something fierce, because they're like, wow, we're always able to load onto this really high-tech, modern, fast monorail. They must really be taking our goods seriously when I'm doing anything but. Okay, you got the wood, but you were just dropping it off from where exactly? From Groningen. See, wood is making good money. It's kind of comparable to the dosh we were making from moving oil, which is a scary thought. Where did those goods go? I hope one of you guys picked it up, otherwise I'm worried about... There we go, you got the goods from Kirkwall. Practically got all the goods that were just cranked out there. Where are all these goods coming from? Ah, here we go, here we go. You're unloading loads of wood. And then you convert yourself to goods and pick those goods back up. Sweet, that's what we're talking about. Weird bit of spinning around, but whatever makes you happy. What's the money situation with the wood ships? I don't think it's been long enough to really make a fair assessment on it. I'd like to give them at least 2.5 years to have done some cycles, but I also don't remember when I set them all up. We will check at the turn of the year, but we'll fast forward the game so that comes faster. I just want to make sure things are running fine and we don't have loads of goods sitting around here. Look at that. Oh, they're really happy with the goods situation now. Which actually means I can get rid of these horrendous vehicles. There we go. Away you go. You and you just go for service. Let's end this tirade. Keep the other tirade though, it's pretty good. Tirade. We're keeping something here. There we go, standing service, that's what I like to see. Well, that is cheap as hell. So for just one bit of track and one bit of this, you can have incredible service. Because they're always getting seen to, nothing's really being lost, and you just pay for the upkeep of one tiny little train thing. We're losing money, my lord, don't worry about it. Try not to worry about it. Wait, maybe the problem is the goods aren't being moved back properly. Maybe they're all piling up in... Oh, jeez. There's a lot of wood and a lot of goods. Probably because they're all sitting waiting for the wood here rather than getting the goods from there. I don't know the best way to do this then, because I actually want them to grab from both directions. I think a better way to be would be to timetable them, but timetabling blows hard. Maybe my whole idea of switching them here has backfired big time, and I should have just had them all go over. Because at least if I'd gone directly all the way to Kirkwall, it would have been easy just to offload, switch, and come back, but with these switcher points I've only made life more miserable for myself. And I thought I was being clever. I still thought I was being clever, but Didn't work out now, did it? Okay, I want to clone one of you guys. But I'm going to change your orders here. You're not linked, so that's okay. First things first. Do I even want to clone your orders? Screw your orders, I'll make my own ones. I want you to go here. And then I want you to actually full load there. And your main job, I suppose, will just be to offer some sweet relief. And then make your way back. The trouble is the changing of the type's probably not going to have much effect unless for some reason this thing becomes overloaded. But that might still have its own uses. See, I don't think I'll actually change you over here to pick up some wood. Well, that wouldn't hurt, would it? No, it certainly would not. Tell you what though, everything is in reverse order because I clicked on you, isn't it? Ah, man. Let's try again. Go here and full load on goods, because you're a wood ship right now, aren't you? Full load on goods. Once you've full loaded on goods, come out to here, to here, to here, to here, to here, and to here. At Sundwood Exchange, I want you to dump those goods, so transfer all your goods. And then go here and refit to wood. Although I can't imagine there'll be much wood for you to get. It's just if somehow there's no one here to get any wood, it's no big deal for you to exchange or refit. And then grab anything you can. And then skedaddle. I'll get this line working one way or another. And once you're over at here, I want you to transfer it all. And then I want you to change back to goods. It doesn't cost me to refit this, does it? It keeps showing up as free whenever I do it. Alright, and now I'm going to have about 6 of you do that route. Bit expensive, but hopefully this stuff actually turns money. Jake, your Visby Sund ships do not pick up goods back, but wood. Your Visby Sund ships. Full load with wood at Sund. Oh, that's the wrong batch. We're talking about the Visby ones here. That's a steel ship. Visby, show me the Visby ships. Visby. They're currently set up for goods. Isn't that a problem? They should be loading up on wood right now, shouldn't they? That explains why we have all these tons of wood. That's a problem. Would you mind going and refitting here, please? You forgot to load all at the wood station. Oh man, this is causing me all sorts of issues now, isn't it? Which wood station? We have different wood stations. God, all those goods and woods. This seemed like such a good idea in my head, and it's not working out at all. Right, you guys. Your problems are that you are kitted out for goods. I don't want you kitted out for goods, I want you bringing the wood down. Okay. Be ready for wood here. Then you're meant to go to the wood exchange, full load, la 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 la, and then... Wait, no, you are just meant to be the guys that bring the goods back to Narva. That's exactly what I want them to be. Wrong guys, wrong guys. Should have checked their orders before ordering that. But what about all the guys that bring the wood down here? They're bringing wood from the Sund Wood Exchange. Well, that's pretty bad. That's not what I want them to do, is it? You're meant to go to Visby, full load on wood. Good so far. Sund Wood, transfer. Ah, the cargo change was after full loading with all that wood. Okay. Right, we'll have this fixed yet. Don't worry about it though. With these fixes, oh, the money will come pouring in. Just you watch. That transfer minus money. Amazing. Right, you are Visby to Sund, and I feel like we have too few of you. Is there a way to see how many people share your order here? Yes, actually, I can click on here. And I can find the Visby to Sund. Oh, we've got loads of them. We've got 15 of them. That should be plenty. There we go. Wait, you're unloading that wood because you're still feeling unhappy with this. But you're going to refit to wood. And then you're going to load back up on that wood. Madness. Right, tell you what, I'm going to help you out a bit. I'm going to clone these just to get a bit of a punch going in clearing out this wood that we have too much of. There we go, and help us clean out some of that, if you will. There we go. Solid start. Now, how are things over in the Sund? The Sund have goods. But that's okay, as these guys come along from here, they will actually finally switch out for goods and pick them up and bring them back. You are hopefully bringing goods over here. 40 whole goods. Better than nothing though, because your main job is to bring the wood over here. We have so much wood in Skagerrak that is not going towards Kirkwall, but you are here to pick up a whole fat stack of it. And you're bringing over goods as well, which is also a boon. But I'm also going to clone a bunch more of you, because I feel like I just want more of you for this leg. Gotta spend money to make money, and we've just spent $250 million in all of this. Right, how's the situation here? These guys will pick up these loads of wood for me. Wom, 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 wom. Okay, well they made a fair stab at taking that wood. And they're taking it over. I don't think it's sitting around is too bad unless there's absolute tons of it. I said at the turn of the year I'd check how the wood was doing, but I'd rather give it another year to actually make sure they're doing God's work and shifting it around. God, that's a lot of goods. At least your rating is alright-ish. What a nightmare of a route I've set up here. But it's okay, have faith. I have some faith. There we go. You offload it, you make loads of goods, and then you bring them back. I think I have an extra order in this, because where are you in your orders right now? You're actually on the refit to goods, which includes picking things up. So this one's, I think, an excess order. If I delete it, you're probably not going to do a whole spin around thing. Here's another one as an example. They come in, they unload, and then they refit, and even though they refit, they're going to pick stuff up, aren't they? They refit and they fill up. Interesting. Cool. So they happily full loading the cargo there. A lot of goods hanging around, but since we're never going to get 100% of the goods cranked out, it should even out. Actually, no, it won't, because there's some wood places that bring excess up, aren't there? Yes, there are. That's a little worrying, because they're set to full load at Skagerrak. Maybe they shouldn't. Maybe what they should be doing is full loading here instead. No, I think that creates more issues than it solves. I don't have a good way of balancing this, and that's continuing to be a problem. The best bet I can think is to have a couple of dedicated guys that just haul goods over as an excess. Alright, this has ended up being a huge mess. I imagine I'm wasting tons of money on boats that are not working as well as they should. Even so, I want you to full load here and come back, and I reckon 4 or so boats of this. 4? I reckon 4 should be enough. Just to offset any excess that comes in. So you go to the wood exchange, and that's where you just screw the changing anything. Just transfer all your goods there, and then come back. We have plenty enough boats bringing wood over for the rest of us. Completely going against the whole point of me setting up the way of doing this that I have. I wonder how I would do this differently, actually. Hard to actually think how I would do it differently. I suppose... Nope, I have no idea how I would do it differently. Oh well, as I said, about 4 of you should do this. Someone must have come up with a system like this before. Wait, you're freighting wood across a sea? What kind of sick operation is that? Yeah, we should just float it, right? Nah, think of the water damage. Man, I felt a lot more comfortable when I had €1 billion in hand. And inflation makes it all worth so much less too. Right, at least our ratings are pretty damn good in Kirkwall. These boats are coming around with that brown gold. I mean, Jings, the journeys they make are pretty good. And they're counting that dosh, they're counting that sweet transfer dosh, aren't they? I think they are. You said that when you had 1.5 billion and not 2 billion. Yeah, basically I just always feel better when I have more money. And right now I'm busy having not more money. I think I'm going to no longer have the... changes to cargo acceptance. Just give me a summary. I've yet to see these actually be relevant to me, and it's just creating spam. And if you've been around this channel for a while, you know my feelings on spam. Right, as I said, turn of the year, we'll see how the wood is doing for us. At least the oil is hopefully doing well for us. Man, Lerwick's always there for me. Oh, that's not how it works, Shizo. I am not good at this game, but I'm getting better. I'm a whole lot better than I was a couple weeks ago. Still, oh god, why is my money going down? Don't go down, go up. Considerably. I'll just... Okay, I'm gonna find something out. I'm gonna find something horrible out, like Narva isn't getting goods at all. I should be keeping an eye actually on these places to make sure they're not backing up with goods. Backing up with woods is a different story altogether. Kind of a good story even. 7,431, and it is degrading, and I really shouldn't let that stuff degrade. Are you one of my wooden guys? No, where are my woody guys? Bisbee to full load and transfer and blah blah blah. You're all back and you're much too late. We need more of you. Make another 9 of you. Let's clear that wood. I do not like the idea of that wood degrading and not making me money. Look at that stuff go. Which probably tells me that I would say you guys need more, but you've got loads of people that go from Sun to, well, maybe it's a shorter journey so you don't need as many. It doesn't feel like you're hanging around waiting so much. What I can do is have these all open to see where any issues might lay for a wee while. Okay, it's been another year. I'll have to bite the bullet and see how my situation is. Let's line it up at least. Bisbee, Kirkwall, Skagerrak, Sund. I wonder if I can just have these up here and pin them so they never close on us. There we go. Right, let's see how it's looking. Yes, last year we were in the black. And that is good. Ignore the huge amount of vehicles that I made the year before. That's clearly not relevant. I'm expecting a perfect map with connected railroads as a next challenge. People throw around the word perfect, but we definitely need a definition on perfect. It's a very hard term to define in this game. Alright. There was questions as to whether or not this wood stuff was going to make us money. I keep getting these things about vehicles being lost. You're not even lost, it's just that this is a very awkward place for you to get into, so let me help you out with that. There we go. Lots of goods in Kirkwall docks not being picked up, but I guess they were just unloaded there by others, and we have some people coming in to grab even more of them. The wood's just flickering. That's distracting. No unprofitable routes? That would be damn near impossible with inflation on. Jeez, look at all those goods being made here. I can't sack all of them. I think I only need 4 that were set to full load here. 4 was clearly insufficient. I need more of them. There we go. Get them all going. Look at these goods piling up here, and more wood coming in from the UK, and of course the lowlands and northwest Germany also bring their wood here, don't they? So yeah, let's keep them moving. All right, well, let's have a horrific look at it. So, oh, some of them aren't even grouped. Who are these that aren't grouped? Skagerrak to Kirkwall. Well, you're part of the wood to Kirkwall. I see a red minus sign, but don't worry about it. It's only saying that it's losing me 9 million because it did so last year. Now, it's a different story. Wait for that turn of the month to impact upkeep. Yeah, there we go. Wood to Kirkwall makes money. Now, what about goods on the way back? Goods to... where are they going again? Almere, Helsinki, Kirkwall... I suppose they're all in the woods thing, aren't they? Oh, that's a problem. Because they're also the goods that head back to... Are those goods actually getting delivered? You'd think they'd be making some damn good money. Or am I going to learn that they're actually somehow not working properly? That's steel. We like steel. Did I actually make the final leg where they bring the goods over to Narva? Or am I about to learn something horrible? The boats aren't lost. They're throwing a hissy fit. Yeah, did I actually make the last leg of Visby that heads over to Narva. It'd be very funny if I didn't. There are only 2 ships that go to Narva. Both are laden with goods. I definitely need more of those. They do full load cargo at the exchange. And as the goods come, more are going to be needed. Alright, that's fine by me. Actually, that's good news. Oh, but I just deleted it. Narva Central. Boats. Right here. Oh man. I can't delete the Narva Central pop-up here. I have to keep you like so. And then I'm going to find you. And we're going to have a lot more than 2 of you. This isn't cloning you. What are we thinking? That's 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll see if 12 do us fine. And you'll collect the final leg of goods and actually make us some bleeding money at long last. Honestly, they should dump all the goods in Lubeck. Narva's further away, so it's more money to be made. Besides, Lubeck is already a goods machine for me. Oh god, I'm getting closer to being down in the 600 million euros category, which is another scary thought. Wood to Kirkwall is lost, because I can't get to Weborg Woods from there. Unbelievable. So from here, you need another leapfrog over to here, do you? Okay, there you go. Number 2. That should help you out. Well, this seems quite good. There's no wood, there's no goods waiting around. I'm sure we're going to find any second now that this wood routine is highly profitable. Highly profitable. What a horrible setup. But at least I've done it, so now they know how horrible it is. We can take the practice and use it in the future. Yeah, Lubeck's had some hard times continuing to grow. It really is a roll of a dice on how they grow, because they like to tear down their own buildings. But it's continuing to move out. Its growth rate is very fast. Lots of mail and passengers get C2 as well. They're only losing a little money. The Sund Wood Exchange is there, but those boats I think are going to be filling up nice and fast with that wood. I mean, it's going up and going down at a similar level. Where'd all that wood come from? These ships are breaking down because they spent so long waiting for that wood from the Sun Wood Exchange. But that's okay, they're on their way to somewhere to get fixed. How many tons of wood is over in Skagerrak? That's fine, as long as it's not multi-thousands, it's okay. There should always be boats to pick them up and bring them along. And why is my money continuing to go down, go up? My whole point today was to build up all these infrastructures to make me crazy money, and I really thought moving all this wood and goods would be making me crazy money. Why is it not? These guys are running back empty with goods, which I suppose is pretty grim. There we go, you're cranking out those goods, you're picking up those goods as we make them. I wonder if we're going to find that the wood things don't actually work so well anymore, and maybe because they're hacking down all the trees? Let's look for a very busy one, like the one over in Tallinn. Because I did read that they actually do cut down trees on the map. Wow, that's good transport. That's a good amount. Transparency options, trees. Trees look fine. They spread so fast anyway. Oh, jeez. 5,000 tons of wood in Tallinn Woods here. I've got to get rid of you. It's not getting enough over to here. It's meant to be balancing out, but I'm not convinced it really is. Besides, I'll still get... No, you won't get the bonus from being on this. What happened to the 2 billion fortune? I found a button that let me fund iron industry, and I didn't realize the cost would grow incredibly quickly. So I managed to sink $500 million on that. Otherwise, a lot of failed business well, not failed, that implies that that was in the past. Failing business ventures, I would say now. I am not convinced this should be set up. Talon is going to suffer for it, but these woods need to be deposited here. Going to be a shame to lose these tons of wood, but it's not actually that much wood, so bye-bye. In the end, I could not make this work. Add it to my long list of things I couldn't get to work. Alright, away you go, and away you go. You think a train is in the way? How? Where? Oh, I see, I see. You're connected with the chopper area. So I need to instead just delete you like so, and then do that. You'll still have some other stuff to bring over there. Eventually all the goods will have dried. Actually, they've already dried up. So bye-bye Talon Chopper. Raw industry is far more important to keep up. And let's delete this stuff here. Ooh, getting busy here. Okay, there is yet more wood over at Sund Wood Exchange that's not being picked up. Now, why is that? Everybody here is probably waiting to grab the goods to go back. Is that the case? Actually, you guys in Sundwood are on full load in Sundwood to grab goods on the way back, which is not what I want. No, actually it is what I want from some of them, isn't it? I'm more interested in some of these Sundwood guys that are moving out here. Sund, full load, transit, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So, yes to you. Let's go and clone a bunch more of you just to keep everything rolling. Yeah, this is so much harder to balance with these stop-off points. What a mistake to make it. Even the Visby Wood Exchange is full of wood. And getting fuller with wood. Meaning I need even more ships to move all this stuff around. Even more of these ships that don't seem to make me much money for some reason. Well, oh god, bye money. Bye-bye money. Kirkwall is offloading and unloading. I suppose that's okay. Goods Kirkwall Narva is lost. You're trying to go to Narva Central from Visby Ship Depot 3. Are you a goods one? You are. Wow, why do you take such a long journey there? You go from Visby to here, to here, to here, to here, to here. Don't tell me you don't actually go to Narva. I don't think they actually go to... Oh, right, I see. I accidentally moved Narva way down. That's where Narva's meant to be. It's okay, they'll figure that out in due time. Whew, crikey, I've made blunder after blunder this evening. And the blunders are still coming. Look at all those units of wood stacking up in this exchange. Okay, so exchanging with boats, bad idea. And to make matters worse, the amount of wood that's going to be moving is going to vary as the industries do. Meaning, probably just going to need more boats as time goes on. Actually need more of you guys. You guys full load. No, I need one that doesn't do the Kirkwall dock stuff. There we go, I need more of you here. Quite a few more even. See that money flow, man. I'm gonna be down to $500 million soon. Another lost one, why is that? You want to go to Ystad, Nobbing, Sundwood, back to Nobbing. That's a weird one since it's a very short and easy route to do. But if it's so challenging to you, I'll put this in here for you. Ystad, Nobbing, and then after Nobbing you can go there. And on the way back as well. Getting a lot of lost ships. A lot of lost ships that weren't a problem before as well. A heck of a lot of lost ships. What are your problems? Ah, right, of course. You're just part of the Narva issue, which I broke because I put Narva central at the end of the list here. Tory economics, make sure you tax the peasants to death. I don't really make money off of the civvies here. If I could tax them, I certainly would. Right. And that flickering gets distracting, doesn't it? How about we get rid of all of these? We assume that everything is going great. I mean, it kind of is, even though I'm blasting all this money away on these big ships. The money is holding. I mean, take away that... Well, that's a bit of a tall claim, isn't it? Bit of a fib, perhaps. Come on, that needs to go up a lot higher than that to pay for my infrastructure bills. A lot of boats going along. It's just a conveyor belt of wood. And at the turn of the month, oof, that money goes away. That bank balance struggling, so I really thought this would be the money printer. How it has not ended up being the money printer is beyond me. You'd think all these boats are making such long journeys with loads of goods that it should be fantastic. Actually, do you make exchange money coming in here? When you drop that off, do you make money or does it just look like you lose money? You're dropping off goods. Okay, you do make a transfer on it. Meaning everybody should make a bit of their transfer, but I was kind of hoping you'd make more than $1 million on that kind of journey. Oh god, I struggle to make money each year. This is insane. But without income, I won't be able to link up the packs, which are definitely going to run at a loss. No Christmas bonus for me. Oh, far from a Christmas bonus for me. Crunch. Oof. Time to cut costs. That would be a tough one, because almost all of my costs come from that infrastructure, don't they? Let's see. Property maintenance is actually half of all my costs. Oh god, ship running costs are through the roof. Wow, okay. Here I was hoping they'd be able to make me all that sweet money. All these ships actually costing me, huh? Part of me wonders if I should rejig this whole operation, but... it's a long way for the ships to go, and they'd be travelling empty for a lot of that as well. The -10 is with 71 million of new vehicles. Yes, but part of the new vehicles is also replacing old vehicles. The vehicles get auto-replaced when they get old. So that's why it's growing right now, even though I'm doing nothing. Although it only went up 3 million in the past month. Still, I'm struggling to even break even here. I really thought this would be the big money maker for me. You have a 10% operating profit from what I see, says Calden. That's not bad. Yeah, but it's not good enough. Right. We can stand to see how things are if we look at the goods moving. And that'll tell me if the goods moving is ever not moving well enough. And there's also the wood. So if any of these are looking saturated, I know I need to add more boats to them. However, I think they're running okay. The one from Kirkwall across here, I don't know if that's the wood or the goods. Yeah, the goods from Kirkwall's a bit iffy. But with a bit of faith, I'm sure we'll be okay. Cargo flow map looks so... It really does. This is my favorite map in the game. And we can actually enable all the cargo that we have moving around. And actually nothing looks that packed except for the air route from the UK to Talon, which remains a mystery. Not a misery. Something a bit red around here, but that's no big deal. Okay, this is actually a bit tight. The rail line from UK going up. Still though, oh, that looks good. You can see all the oil coming in, all of the iron that moves over. And of course we can disable that and just see the packs. Oh yeah, I do use bigger, slower planes. The faster ones I didn't like because they kept circling overhead. But it looks like I have the capacity for a few more planes to get over to Talon. Talon doesn't look like it's struggling too much for planes coming in anymore. That's Lubeck to Talon, Lubeck, Talon, Lubeck, Talon. Where's my UK? There's UK Talon. Since that's a popular one, perhaps we could stand to have a few more of you. After all, I need to make more money off of my planes, because my planes operate at a loss overall. Is that still the truth? Oh heavens, yes, 36 mil on that, and the maintenance for my planes. God, my airports, that's going up so much. What's the victory goal here, Jake? We need to connect every Hanseatic city to every other Hanseatic city and get them up to population 5,000. However, we're facing a real money crunch here. I'm no longer making a profit. In fact, I'm making considerable losses, even though I just attempted to link up all my wood around here. How is the wood making a loss, though? That's what baffles me. Maybe the transfers eat something out of it? Nah, that wouldn't make much sense. I could certainly fix the route such that we all the boats come over here and they go all the way to Narva with the goods. Because they can come over here, they can offload, transfer, and bring it back. Still a slight issue that'd be more coming into Kirkwall than would be flowing out. How the heck do I turn this profitable? Actually, that's not the real question. My question is, why is it not profitable already? On paper, I am moving lots and lots of wood a very long way. You'd think it would make me big fat stacks of cash. Well, I certainly think it would make me fat stacks of cash. Goods are also worth decent money, even though they have to wait a bit. Maybe, just maybe, there isn't... Or maybe the value of wood does go even lower the longer you hold on to it. Oh, but there we go. That's a nice 3 million, 3 million. 3 million. I suppose the difference is those maglevs of mine that run between Den Haag and Lubeck, they make that kind of money too. We have one coming in right now. It makes that kind of money, but faster and in a way cheaper. There's another million and another million when it makes its way back. Oh yeah, I know what you mean with the whole life chores thing. Goodness, I'm getting crushed under costs here. Then again, look at that rising up now. Why are you choosing to rise up now? Probably not my wood, is it? Or is it? Oh ho! Well, last year the wood rose. This year it's struggling a bit. I think the ships, it's just a big intermittent profit. Ship income 210, 247, 205, coming up for the end of the year though. It certainly is intermittent, but you'd think enough of the boats flowing would make it somewhat consistent. Plus I gotta pay to expand here, big time. That money needs to come in. I can't believe that ship costs though, it's unreal. Have the backlogs cleared? The goods situation is certainly cleared in Kirkwall. How about in here? Well, you're waiting to load, that's a good sign. That is not a good sign on the other hand. There's loads of wood hanging around. But is it going to show up here as being overloaded? If we check wood, it's not actually showing it as being overloaded here. It is showing saturation though. It's a lot of wood there. They get their transfer dosh. You just did your switcheroo. Ship's orders are to go there full load and then switch out and da-da-da. I dare to say we actually need a few more of you. Let's just add to that ship cost that we've been running. 9 more. As we dip down again. At least we're not rubbing up close to 500 million yet. But with inflation, that number becomes less meaningful. Alright, Sund Wood is largely taken care of. Visby? Visby's running empty. As in, no boats picking up that wood. You're a Visby grabber wooder guy. So I'm going to copy yet more of you. Because we've got to grab that wood. But there aren't goods backing up, which might be good or bad. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it means that loads of goods are being brought over to Narva for big money. Are you one of them? No, you're iron ore. And that's very intermittent because it takes so long to come on over. But with enough boats, you'd think it would flatten out. Overall, okay, this is the thing to think about. Overall, my ships make me a decent profit. 44 million a year off my boats. I just wish it were a lot more. The trains make me a hell of a lot more. And most of that are the goods that we move. However, you gotta remember the 306 million we make there is reduced by the cost of the infrastructure, which is about well, just shy of 300 million. So the trains and the boats do make me the profits. So where's my money disappearing to? I suppose my planes have something to say about that. Oh, profit this year is actually on the way up, courtesy of the extra planes I've added. Is there an airport that I'm just not using? I have 2 in Lubeck. No, I have 1 in Lubeck, 2 in the UK. 1 in Estonia, that's 4. Where's the other? Where is the other one? because I have 5 airports. 1, 2, 3, fourth one in there as well. Who's got another airport? Do I have an airport that I don't use and have forgotten about? Or do I heliport that I don't remember? Only 41% of your ships in use, Jake, or am I misinterpreting that? For all the journeys that they make, only 41% of their capacity gets used. A lot of ships sail back empty, and that's expected because they're dropping them off into middling areas. So all of those ships that bring, say, the wood from Groningen over to, say, Kirkwall are coming back empty. Yes, that's inefficient, but, well, yes, that's inefficient. My airports. 1, 2, 3, 4. And when I look at my packs, do I have another heliport somewhere that I've been ignoring this whole time? It's possible, but I don't know. Is there a place to actually check? Yes, of course, there are stations. Show me all of my airport stations. Talon, Escape. Wait, what? No, that's not mine. Oh, it's going to show me all the oil fields. Still Talon, UK, Lubeck, a bazillion oil fields. One, 2, 3, 4. You built one in a tiny island in the north. I did. I also strongly recall deleting it. Yep, I got rid of the airport here. So, where's my 5th one? Sort by name, I suppose, but I think it was doing name. Well, name isn't useful. Station type? Do I see oil backing up? Oh my. This calls for another ship. There we go. And if we have one more ship, we'll probably want 2. That's actually a reasonable thing to check since a fair few years have passed. Tell me about oil. Tell me about any that have available waiting cargo. Frederikshavn also is sitting on loads of oil that I'm not using. And oil that's not being used is oil that's not being abused. And how do they have so much oil though? Have they just massively ramped up production, or do I just have so far? Whoa, Frederick has gotten me a lot of oil, and as it has a long way to go, I think I will want another one out there. 2 million. Spending a lot of money on these. Lerwick thought it does, but it doesn't. Edinburgh needs a bit more love as well. These are showing minimal profit, but just wait. You just need to wait until it gets in there. And Cuxhaven. Are you a Cuxhaven? You are. I suspect we just need a couple more of you. Alright. Can that money hold? Well, the problem is with every passing year, 2% inflation hits. And inflation hurts. What's Jake spending all his money on? Infrastructure and boats. The infrastructure costs are out of control. Infrastructure, inflation, and ships. But the ships do make me money. The ships make me a profit. Because the infrastructure for boats is almost non-existent. 1.5 mil. No one tell the devs inflation at 13%. Well, good thing you're not Estonian. You can actually set the interest rate, inflation rate rather. Well, I would think so, but actually these buttons don't seem to work. I could turn off inflation, but the prices would remain inflated. Interestingly enough, I could also turn off the infrastructure maintenance. That's the wrong one. Maintenance. Here we go, infrastructure maintenance. Oh, maybe this is part of the problem. Wait, what? The set level of maintenance and running costs of vehicles and infrastructures, default value low. We have it on high. I can't change it. What? I think maybe we've discovered why we've been having an absolute ball-busting time with the costs. What the heck? I did not want hardest mode. I wanted to have a nice fun time with this and I enjoyed the economic challenge, but I didn't realize we're playing on high hard mode with running costs. Why can't I change this? The game knows. The game doesn't want me to change it. The problem is if I change it at this point, I'm gonna have a few hundred people giving me grief over it. So maybe what I should do is change it off stream and never show this menu again, so everyone just thinks I'm some kind of genius in turning around this economic situation. A great idea and a great segue to finish up the stream for today. I was hoping that this stream would solve all my economic problems. Instead, well, we sure haven't. I'm not going to do that, Kano. I will figure this out one way or another. You're right, we are recovering, but expenditures are going to be high for expanding the network. Still, that's what we're going to do. We're going to sit and assume that we're all right on this. If we need more money, then we're going to trust that all of this extra oil will continue. Holy crivens, Emden! Emden. Well, before I save, I'm gonna dupe you. Holy smokes, I like that. Yes. This is a good idea to take a break after the whole day of streaming here. Right. Tomorrow, I'll be back with this, and I will finally start expanding the network to grab in more cities. We'll trust that our situation here will stabilize and even grow with the amount of wood and goods floating around. And then rope these guys in and work our way towards the 5k on them. A man can dream. Maybe that'll work out. Or maybe I have to go crawling back to Lubeck to try and get more Lubeck goods, because at least those make me very decent money. At least when these things are running full. Millions per train. I think it's a GRF setting, you think? In any case, I'll look into that, but until I am back with this tomorrow, which is almost later today, cheerio.